Hey guys, welcome to the close on a very busy Fed day. We are awaiting the statement. Here we go. Let's jump right to the screen. As expected, guys, 0.5% to the upside. So the Fed funds target rate now between 0.75 and 1%. So anticipates ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate. Let's go over to the guys.
Wow, what a huge move there. Like, we just spiked through high a day. The Qs just went $4 back to the downside, guys. Looks like we just came a huge spike. This is a 15-minute chart, not a 3. Up to 321 on the Qs, then all the way back. So we're getting that whipsaw action, guys.
$8 in the money right now, bang, for Facebook. Guys, Facebook taking off, guys. We still have this 208 long. We're also long on Apple. We talked about this. I said to Luca, man, the NASDAQ was negative when I spoke to this man, and I go, this is going to rally and get ready to rock and roll on that one. And now you can see we are in rally mode, but what one move doesn't mean that we don't have another one coming right around the corner. So we have to wait now for 2:30. Welcome to the show, guys. Trader TV Live will be here with you until the close. And there it goes, man. 13,200 now on the NASDAQ as we're bumping. $8 now in the money on Facebook as that's gone, sold to the nearest buyer. You can see right here, 207. This is where we were long earlier. Everything making money, man. We were long. Unfortunately, we were long AMD. We got out of that one right here. We started to go short. Now that's busting out to new day's high. I don't think it's wise to put on new positions right now, but let's just watch the market and see where we go. $10 in the money now with Facebook. Let's go, Facebook.
Yeah, I'm looking for the pullback. I want to play that fade if we can get it every single time. But on the Qs, that's like 325 or it's dipped 318. If you're going to fade something, you got to make sure you're playing off a monster level. We are vacuumed to the upside. And remember, Powell comes at 2:30. And that's when the market usually picks a direction. We were saying, when was the last time you actually, at 2 o'clock, went the final direction? If we don't dip right here and get past like 320 on the Qs, I got the Qs up right now, then certainly this could be one of those, hey, we only go one way. Uber is back to almost $28. It'll be a stock that was weak before. It'll be tricky to not want to fade something like that. AMD just failed 95. Tesla just failed 925. Oh my goodness, Tesla. This is why you don't get into new positions, because Tesla was a gorgeous short. All morning, all afternoon, like 9:15 short and then a 9:20 short. But there's no way I was going to put that trade on a third time, not after when the number comes out. Now we can safely wait. I do want to try and buy a dip, but I wanted to go over to the Qs unless I see a great price. I didn't see a really great price on Tesla, but probably the Qs.
We're about ready to get out, man. There it is. We're out there, $7.50 there on Facebook. We'll drop that bomb again for you guys. We're out of Facebook. And then Apple ripped all the way to 164, man. About to come back into this 162.20, which is a good spot to get out again on Apple. So, yeah, we left a little bit on there, but nice move to the upside. Look at these Apple longs today. Long. And then we still have it right now as we go up to 163. We're long 159. You can see on the board. 159.35 on Apple. Just to double check my out. I actually don't have one right now on that as I thought I did, but we're going to have to figure that out right now. Let's talk about that quickly. A breakthrough 162, I think we can get out here on Apple, but we're going to look for some more positions for you. It's just right now, the market, I'm trying to let it settle down. Oil's up 5% right now and going nuts, and the NASDAQ just retracing in. Remember what I said at 8:30? I go, it's going to be an up and then a down and then an up and then a down. So let's wait to see. There's a big move to the upside. Apple now 2%, but it could still flush. The key for me is Powell. When he comes to save the day or not, which is already saved, but if he comes out at 2:30, that's really when the fireworks should begin. But we're going to put a stop out on Apple if we break back down below 162 there. We almost did on that. You got to respect some levels, man. If we can make this money, we will make it. AMC also 50 cents in the money, but we're out of our Facebook. That's probably going to look bad right now. That's right where it is. So let's put that stop in on Facebook before we miss it.
There is no chance it'll be a bad thing taking profit. I should have hit the money key, but either way, make sure you take your profit, at least some. You can try to hold on for the move, but take your profit. We will get that whipsaw action. We almost always do. Rarely do you not see that back and forth. I said it would be difficult not to play Uber to the south side. I was going to look for the bounce, never got it on the NASDAQ, but Uber off of this 2750 wick top, play it back in, but do not let these get out of hand. Brendo?
A couple things to note here, guys. Trimming of the balance sheet set to start June 1, which is ahead of schedule. Also, this comment up here, although economic activity, can we go? Thank you. Although economic activity edged down in Q1, household spending and business fixed investments remain strong. So that's actually a little more positive than the last notes, guys.
We'll have to check our Unity box, guys. I don't know if it's working now. Okay, so we'll see. Throw a test, Fahad, whenever you get a second. All right, so we're up to 163 now, 163.50, something like that, to the upside right now. No, not hearing anything from me.
I'm good.
I am not good. But okay, let's just keep going on that one right now. We'll figure that out. All right, what about AMD? That's another name that we've been in today. We did get out of our Facebook. Oh man, that's gonna hurt now. It's $1 higher than where we were. As you can see, the NASDAQ starting to take out levels here. Maybe this is just a push long.
Oh, there was no dip.
Here on the NQ at some point. So yeah, I don't know. It says connected, but we'll
that was,
figure it out.
that's filthy. So it looks like we came to 319, maybe 318.77 on the Q. And I was sort of sitting there at 318.5. All I wanted to do was find a consolidation for that whipsaw, but there was no whipsaw. So you have a plan of action, you try to put it into place, but if it doesn't give you the entry point, it doesn't give you the entry point. We still have 25 minutes before we get Powell on the deck, but Brendo's got more for us.
Just reading through some of these other comments, guys. They'll begin trimming the balance sheet, as I said, on June 1st, starting with $47.5 billion off the monthly runoff, which is higher as well, and rising to $95 billion a month in the following 3 months. So a little bit, so far anyways, more positive than the last time.
I'm hearing all the stuff that Randy's doing on that iPad, so I think it is. I think it is connected, but I don't know if we're hearing it. Okay, so again, look what we called, man. We called this. I said up and down 4 times this morning. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. This is the 4th up and down, same spot as we were at before. So let's see if what now the NASDAQ wants to do. Maybe breaking lower. The thing what I'm trying to look for now, and I just said to Neil, I got to find a name that's calmer. Like I want to get into shares, but I don't want to get wicked out on like these random moves. So I need to find something that's a little calmer right now.
Not Tesla.
Yeah, so it's probably not going to be Tesla.
I've been trading Tesla, probably like more executions on Tesla, like that and AMD
Intel?
a bunch. But
Intel won't wick me
Intel
out.
probably. Maybe even Starbucks actually is not going to wick out that much, but I'm not sure how much that's moving. I'm just staring at this 19 level and I'm almost
Intel
thinking,
would've been good.
Hey, here comes the Qs down to this 319. I mean, it was support before the number came out. If there's any sign of a turn here, I want to see if I can. It's not catching the falling sword because I kind of want to get it on the way back up as it tries to bounce, but it actually has to make a bounce first. I'm not really seeing anything just yet. You're just looking for that tape to slow down its acceleration off of any one of these levels. Like we're almost through 318.5 or maybe even 317.80. And then once you get to one of these and have any kind of slowdown, this is a 3-minute chart, by the way. That's whipsaw action for you. Then you want to try and catch the bottom.
All right. What just happened there? We got long AMD. I think this was by accident. I must have had some orders sitting out there right now. Okay, so we are long AMD into, yeah, that's why, into these bottoms right now. So we'll see if AMD can hold 93 bucks right now. We're long at 93.50 here on AMD. Rivian also maybe a name to look at, but we are long right now 93.50 here off of this AMD move in. You know what? AMD had a nice bounce off 92. We said this morning that we were going to wait for that level, and we did, man. We waited for it when it came down here. We loaded it up, got it out for some nice $2 winners. It did go $3 in the money, but here we go. Long now, 93.50 off AMD. Let's see if it can hold 93 bucks. That'll be like, that's it, man. If it doesn't hold it, then we can get out of there. So we'll average into AMD down to 93. There it is. Took that profit, 50 cents right there. We took that down on that name. So here it goes. A nice little 50-cent win for AMD as it's battling back. So far, so good on that trade, guys.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Like we talked about, like just now, like find one of these levels. AMD 93, Qs ended up being 318 here, so quick in, and I'm not looking any gift horses in the mouth with this whipsaw action. If it's gonna actually give me that move, take it, bank it, get in, get out, move on to the next. And we were saying, find something that's calm. Oddly enough, the Qs respected a level. Tesla, I said I'm not going to do Tesla. Tesla did not respect the same level. This is where the Qs bounced subsequently. Like Tesla dropped through that 905 and gave you a pullback to 899. Whereas the Qs went like 30 cents past the level. Tesla just decided to say forget about it and hold my beer. But if you're looking for something that is calm, actually Uber, this is a weird thing to say. Uber is kind of calm. I know I got out of my short pretty quickly there, in and out, but it's not having a gigantic range. This might be relatively tradable. If this ends up being a top, I feel pretty good about Uber to the short side if we have to pick something. Just to go over some names here that are starting to make, the chart. starting to make some moves. Microsoft just held on a dip at about 280, so they're establishing levels. You always want to start picking out, okay, are there levels that we can start to work off of for the last couple of hours here? So Microsoft, 280, 281 looks like a bit of something. Tesla for now at 900. That 318 on the Qs, we'll see if it can end up holding up. 2750 I like for a short on Uber. That's what we tried the first time. And you said maybe Intel could be something. Flip.
Well, I want to go short on Intel. Only because...
It's still, the 45 level is still the bid, but this high on the 15-minute, 45.50 looks like it got respected pretty well on Intel, 45.50.
Yeah, I'm waiting. That's what I was actually waiting. I was waiting for the 40 mark to start building into that. So we can see Intel here. I just know it's not, AMD was weak today. Intel's been, they've all been weak and strong. They've all had their moments. I just thought that something that was a little more calm down here that I could push a little more shares and not worry about getting wicked out. So that's kind of the talk here for me with Intel, 45.60 right there. We're waiting right in here, literally 45.40. So if it does come up, to that level, you'll see me get into that position. Microsoft, I don't know, man. We have a bad couple of wicks there. That's going to look shitty. But yeah, bouncy, very choppy here. We just touched VWAP. Missed that trade at 280. That could have been something down there as well. But this is what we expected from the Fed, man. It's like, they are what what we thought they were, right? They came out, they gave us what we thought they'd get, and then that's it. So now we're here and have to deal with it. So that's, the way you kind of trade this. We knew they were going to go half a point. So that's why it's like, let's wait to see what Fed Powell says here, Fed Chair Powell, and then we'll go from there. I don't know which way this market's going to move from here. We are long AMC. That's 30-something cents in the money right now. We got as high as 15.30 on that. Look at this buy on AMC right down there, 14.70. So 15.15 or so. I got it. A level there for AMC. But it's a good day to have. Brendan, what's up?
Just checking, guys. Now we have to obviously focus our attention on June to see what's going to happen in June ahead of Fed Chair Powell. This is the CME Fed Funds rate tool currently. Not working. So completely unresponsive. So it's crashed. But I'm seeing a few people posting about 77% now for 0.5%, also in June.
I want to know what Brennan did to that thing.
He broke it.
He broke it. Yeah, he broke it. I saw it. Yeah, that's going to be, yes, sir. There it is. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, just a quick little scalp there. And like I said, you put on a little bit more shares on a name like an Intel here. It comes right up to that 15.40 we just gave it to. We took some out at 32. Let's see if we retrace back down. 25 would be pretty good there, just to start to scalp a little bit. I want to put on a bigger position, once basically 15 minutes. When 2:30 hits, we're going to see the market. I'm going to trust whatever direction it starts to go in. So right now, Intel, right back up. Good thing we took that 8 pennies. We will hopefully wait for a downsized move here. I don't know if we're going to retrace to the bottom. The market's going to have to crash for that to happen. But look at this AMD right now. Bang, we're $1 in the money on AMD. We talked about buying those dips in there, right there. So that's exactly what we did. Look, we liked it. We buy it twice. Boom, boom. Up to the upside now. So let's see how far AMD can go now upside. Maybe do we get a 95 again from that trade? Maybe we do. We were long into 95 before. Let's see if AMD wants to get up to that upside. It's funny, I'm long AMD, short Intel. Maybe I have to look at that one more time. Let's spin out of some more Intel here.
It makes sense because when AMD was at its weakest this morning, Intel was relatively strong. And they are very, very different names. It's worth keeping in mind. It's not a bad play overall when you have to think about it. Microsoft, I'm looking at this 281 area, still looking pretty good. I'm on the offer. Uber is probably the one I like to the short side. You got to find something relatively strong, relatively weak. I had mentioned Starbucks, but it feels like a bit of a nothing burger. You cannot get away from the overall market today. So watching this Qs level, it just tried to bounce back to the upside and held the pre-Fed, the pre-announcement 320 level. We get back above that and you're looking for some longs. I just got a little bit into that Uber trade, but if you're trying to catch bids, I'm looking for an entry into Microsoft off of this Qs breaking 320. I like the level Microsoft's at right now.
All right, so I'm getting lighter in Intel. Wow, okay, Intel, AMD is ripping up and Intel's going to the downside. So yeah, that was a good little level there. Maybe we should have taken that. Let's put an offer at 95 in case we get that little hero bump up one more time there. More specifically 94.80 if we can get it, but let's go, man. Here we go. Now we're into the dime pieces. We love dime pieces on this show. We'll see if we can get it right now back in. Bid some 28s. You know what, I'll bid some, there you go. I just got some out at 31 there. Bid some more out there at 31. one off of this Intel reload there. So, you know, hopefully we can hit some 28s and then we'll go downside. We can go downside. There it is. Yeah, buddy. Let's go bang. Hopefully the Maple Leafs have similar luck tonight that we are having right now on this. I don't know. Are you?
The longs never came in. I just had the Uber short.
I like that short.
Microsoft didn't bounce. The futures did not hold that 320 on the Q. So if we didn't hold it, then there's no long for me on Microsoft. But I liked Uber for the short trade because of the bad earnings, obviously, and the weakness. And it had a wick top. This failed pretty heavily at a level that I liked, and that was at 27.50. So we'll continue to go to that well. Find something you're comfortable with, right? Like if there's a level that you can work off of to sort of whipsaw around here, then fine. And we talked about this with our traders. If you've never traded around the future or around an FOMC actual rate hike, not just when they actually have a decision to make, when they actually do something, then it's always okay. Just paper trade, find something you're comfortable with. I don't care whether it's treasuries. You could be looking at gold if you wanted to. The overall futures is a good place to start, but it is wild action. I don't think we've picked a direction yet, but it is worth mentioning, and I'll pop my Qs chart up. You know, right now, you are seeing you had a strong move up. We moved up into the Fed, and then you had a wick top through that high. So for now, you've got a bit of a wick top and a pullback. If this gets any deeper, 13,000 is still a level that will support all morning long. We took it out, although Arun pointed out to me, look at the volume when we took out 13,000. You guys can't see it. The volume when we took out 13,000, relatively low compared to the rest of the week. So I think that's one of the reasons why we found some strength. There wasn't a lot of volume in the sell action this morning.
I also know Arun has not made a trade yet today, so I guess none of those levels hitting for him quite yet. But what's up, Brendan?
Separate, guys, there's a little M&A activity or M&A news coming through. Black Knight, which is BKI, just halted up here at 66 and a half after a note that ICE apparently, so ICE to the downside in a big way here. I can show you that moving a little bit more, but BKI halted. ICE, which is Intercontinental Exchange, looking to take out BKI, guys.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be, you know, now when we have a little bit more interest rate certainty, I feel like we do. We'll hear about what they're going to do the next time around. But, you know, there's going to be more M&A now if and when they can figure out, you know, maybe the trajectory of these interest rates. Because it's very hard to, like, buy somebody when you don't really know the true cost of capital there for cash. So you have to find out what that's doing right now on that play. But, okay, just to give you guys an update here, Intel keeps dancing around this 20 level, so I don't really know. I'm still into 45% of my trade. So we're still into most of this trade, but a lot of it's come out now. 30s, 27s, 28s right there. We just keep on bouncing in this area. So I'm still trying to hold out for this 45, 14 or so area. So if that comes through, that's, just in case you're wondering like what I'm up to, that's basically what I'm up to. Waiting for 45, 15 or so on this name. And then we were going to get out of AMD, but I kind of feel like this is a name that we could almost afford to wait on here. If it comes back down, we can either reload it down here at 93.50 or just get out. I mean, it's not like a big monstrous position or anything for me. So, you know, we can afford a little bit of luxury here waiting to see what happens with AMD.
Yeah, and that's sort of the thing. You can be patient with this. Like the next thing should have dropped would be, you know, we didn't reclaim the high before that before the announcement at 2 o'clock. That's at 320. So, you know, the longs or the breakout style longs didn't come into play. But we now get back to what was the last support level, which is about 318. We bounced the first time off this. I'm sitting in a short, and if we break through this level, it's like cancel bids and see if we can't go a little bit further. If we try to bounce again, I'm going to go right back over to, it could be softy at 280. That would be valid. AMD's not at that 93 level, so it looks like it might have to be softy, or just even the Qs one more time. But it has to hold, or at least try to make a bounce off of these levels here. If it's not going to make a turn at an established level, then I don't want to just be sitting there in the ether. We get through that, and we've seen this story before. Like you could be right back down like $2 on the Qs or 100 points or 50 points, I guess, on the NASDAQ. That can be eaten up in a heartbeat before 2:30.
Okay, so there it is, man. Intel, yes, sir. Let's go, boom. We only have 10 minutes now, so that's why I'm trying to like figure out these positions. There's Intel right down to the downside. I mean, I said we wanted something like this, right? If the market was to calm down a little bit here, we wanted to get a name that, you know, we felt we could short just because of that drastic move that we had up in the futures. Remember, we were down, or sorry, we were up, what, 0.6 or something at the high there, and then now he faded right back in. So there we go, a nice little move. We're short. It's funny, I made a lot more money on this Intel short here than I thought, but it's coming in now. So we're going to start to, you know, possibly look at 45 now, as we just saw 45.18, 45.20. I did like some of that talk on Mr. Softy, though. That could have been a level to look at one more time here. It just keeps bouncing off. Yeah, now we're too low. Darn it. Yeah, Microsoft's been one of the names that I've wanted to short. We haven't had much luck with it today at all. We were long, and then we got out of the way, thank God, because it tanked all the way to 277 today. So, you know, Microsoft being at 281 right now definitely has the opportunity to come back to the downside. So for me, I think we're going to have to short MSFT at some point. I just got to find the right area. But again, we should probably let's get out a little bit more now as Intel there we go. We just got some 14s as that's rocking and rolling.
How have I not hit this one? It's like, well, we have an Uber one. I've traded Uber for like 37 executions today, and I haven't hit the graphic once. I just got some out in front of that last support, 27.10. If we break this, we're going to talk about VWAP. So it's just been, I have one trade in the queues on the initial bounce because we were looking for the whipsaw action, and then I was comfortable with the short. Once we put in that wick high, I mean, to me, it's a short until it's not, which would have been 320 on the NASDAQ. I suppose that was 13.15 on the actual futures there. And now Q's is broken to the bottom. So now the Q's trying to go the other way. It just broke that 317.50 support. All
right, it's going to be silly, but I'm just out of AMD there. I don't really, we just put offer enter. I think we got 65s there or something. Yeah, 64s out of AMD. Whatever, man. And that went 70 cents a dollar in the money for us, but now it's tanking down, and I'm just really cashing in right now on Intel. So, wow, holy crap. There's Intel down to 45.05. Excuse me. I got a free coffee today, and Neil was like, look how big, like this is the size of my head right here.
You don't need that.
You know, so there we go. It's not.
He's not drinking all of it.
Nah, it's like half done right there, but.
Is he?
I don't know, maybe I am.
It's over.
It's an extra large there, yeah. It's free. Remember when you stole those rewards from me? I mean, now I got some more rewards, so I got a free coffee there. And I'm just frugal like that. Like, if it can be a free coffee, honestly, I will take the extra large.
Frugal?
Frugal, yeah.
That's nice. That's another school word. There's a lot of school words today, man. Frugal. I'm just cheap.
Yeah,
I'm just cheap. We're not talking
I don't know if Randy's frugal. Like, he got those jorts like in 1974, I think he told me.
He's in another pair today.
Yeah, and he's still wearing
short the jorts.
Oh, it's a different pair. Oh, I didn't know how many pairs of jorts this guy has. I just assumed it was the same pair. But anyways, all right, back over to trading there. As Intel, I mean, is really the name that I'm happy with here. Look at this short that we put on, man. 45.40, drip. Neil's got the Uber trade. We've got this one on board right now, and I'm just kind of like letting things go down right now until we find a bottom, maybe somewhere. I mean, we haven't. The thing is, we don't really talk too much about oil or about financials very often on this show. I mean, we talk about oil, but we don't really trade them too much. JP Morgan did have a beautiful move up there into the number, but since the numbers come out, the rate, I guess, has come out, it's made a retracement all the way back down. So I'm debating the long right now on JP Morgan. Kill him, Brandon.
A couple of interesting notes here, guys. First off, this individual hike, the biggest in 22 years, individual hike. Both the 10-year, I mean, this is to be expected, the 10-year and the 2-year tumbling right now. They were up to 3.01, 296 and 276 currently for the 10-year again and the 2-year, guys.
Wow, those are big levels. By the way, Microsoft did just get to that 280 level. The Qs just made a bit of a bounce. Why is this chart still on the Qs? There we go. That was weird. I hit the enter button. Come on there. So 280 just bounced at the same time the Qs tried to reestablish that bottom. I ended up not getting it till 280.50, which kind of stinks. So let's see if we can't get this back up to 281. And you try to predetermine what your next move is going to be. There's an ugly wick, so my Microsoft chart is going to be just horribly scaled, unfortunately, because you get that wick to the downside. Uber is going to start to come back for me. Come back on me because I'm short. That's just going to be par for the course. I just quickly took 1-to-1 on Microsoft. And I was looking for that futures bounce. We get in, we get out. We have almost $1 on it right now, but I'm not even trying to hold on to these forever. Like, you catch a turn, you take the profit and run, and I'm actually going to pay the spread to the downside here. I don't even care. I'm just going to punch right out. We didn't get 280 exactly. We ended up getting 280.50. This wick's stupid. And then it goes up quick dollar. I know it's pretty ridiculous. And then Uber here, I should have shown you guys my black chart there, which didn't have that problem. Uber also bounced back on me, which is one thing you have to consider. Now, I feel like the weakness is in for this name. So as long as we're not reestablishing the low, I feel like I want to be short Uber.
Ooh,
as long as we're below 27.50 and sorry, reestablishing the high, and we're below that 13.15, or if you're looking at the Qs 320, then I want to be short Uber below this price level, hopefully into the close. Although we have to watch out. At 230, all bets are off. Like, you're going to have a stop order on Jerome here, because if he takes the market to the upside, I'm not holding this through the high of the day. You don't want to bet too hard against him.
Yep. I was going to say that was a great trade on Microsoft, but it went to the levels that I like as well to go short. So we're going to go jort now on Microsoft as we're going to try to take this out. 282 is going to be my area of concern there. That's really where the 50 period is. So if we break above 282, then we will get out of this trade. I'm just putting it in right now. I'm a little nervous about going short here because Powell's my boy, and I feel like he could blow this market up to the upside. Could go the other way, but right there we are now 25 cents in the money on this trade. So let's put a bid a little bit lower in the 80s here if we can just smooth this out. If we get this, like, what kind of a trade? What is going on right now? Big time trading right here. Bang, right there. We just put that trade on Softy. I know Neil went the other way, but there's 40 cents right there on Softy. And by the way, JP Morgan, we put that in at 124. We got a piece out there at 19. So, so far so good on that trade. Intel, came all the way back up. But right now, just to give you an update on my Intel trade, 10% left. Like, I know I always say that number, but that is what I have left right now on that trade. So that comes all the way down to 45. So you go, beggars can't be choosers. We said we'd be happy if it got into the teens while it got into the O's right there. So we got a nice little trade on that one. And then Microsoft, we only got out of a third of that trade down there. So we are looking to add to this position. If it breaks 282, we're gone. That's it. As I said, I always feel like when Powell, he's going to speak in 3 minutes. He's coming to the podium. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time here before this market gets super spicy, I feel like. So watch out here. My stop orders are in. We're ready to rock and roll. JP Morgan, now 25 cents in the money. I'm trying to get this out in the 50s. Let's go. Actually, in the 40s. We're in the 40s right now on JP Morgan. We're 50 cents in the money, 40 cents in the money. Let's see if it can get a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, and watch just a few other names. I know people are looking at multiple stocks. I've chosen Microsoft Qs and Uber. Sean, of course, going JP and a few others. But you got to pick what works for you. Tesla has bounced now twice off 900, so 900 is the key number. Like, that's your Fed bottom. Your Fed top is a lot closer to 925 when you consider what that wick did. Last time this happened, that Fed high was a monster level for Tesla. I'll never forget it. And I missed a chance on a fade there. This is a bit of a different circumstance because we rallied pretty hard into the number, which is a bit different from what we saw, at least the whipsaw action that we saw last time. But here come those Qs back up to 320. If the Qs do not get through 320, I'm reloading Uber. If not, actually, you know what? No, I'm not, because it's 227. I don't want to reload anything at 227. Wait till 230 comes in. The only long I would take would have been Softy off 280, which we already did. A Tesla 900, not too bad, but I'm not chasing the move ahead of Powell.
I have so many orders. Like, how did this AMD trade even just show up here? I don't know. Microsoft went to the upside and we got taken out of that one, so that's fine on that. I don't even know. This is not a very heavy position on AMD, but I didn't realize I had an offer there. Oh yeah, that was to get out of my first long there. So, okay, so that's why that filled. So that makes sense. But look at JP Morgan right now. As honestly, man, Intel, things are starting to blow it to the upside right now. I said that Powell, here he comes to save the day. So let's see if that does come in play again at all here as Jerome is coming to the building in about 2 minutes. Right now. JP Morgan kind of saving the day as well. Look at this trade, man. We're long at 124. It's at 125 now and trying to go higher. So, I mean, JP Morgan right there is $1 in the money on that trade. So far, so good there as we watch that trade hopefully continue to go to the upside now. Yeah, Microsoft, we got taken out there. I mean, really kind of flat. I mean, we danced a little bit with that name, but I want to put on a position. So we're going to get ready here. I'm calming down. We're going to try to find some good levels to trade off of and find the right name. So I do want to maybe look at Intel one more time as we just touched that 45.60 again. Well, pretty much 45.50.
Yeah, find what you like. And look, obviously there's an opportunity cost to getting in and getting out and doing the scalp trade. Like Microsoft might have gone further, but that was never the play. Like the play was quick bounce, quick in and out, get out of the trade before you have to worry about the chairman coming here, which is obviously going to be important. But it's these cues that now have my attention once again. As this tries to load up, it's right at that 320 pre-announcement level. Now it's trying to hold a bit above, and this is where it gets spicy because you could try to take out some of these highs. That's that Tesla 925 that comes into play there. AMD 95 comes into play if we can hold above. Right now we're failing every time we get through that 320 or the NASDAQ. It's 1315, and the ES it's 4200. So about 20 seconds until he takes a podium. Remember, this is not like 2 o'clock hits and boom, the market goes crazy. It's not like 2:30 is going to come and all hell is going to break loose. Right? Like it's going to be a little bit different. We'll be reacting to different things that are said. So it could take a bit for us to establish some levels or establish direction. But usually that is the case by the end of that half an hour.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally coming right now, but we'll just figure it out as it comes out, right? I mean, Brendan will bring out any headlines. Obviously, as people start talking, there's plenty of news sources that will cover some key aspects, and I think it's a little bit of a prepared speech. So it should be out. Like the speech should come out, and then they'll read through it and then figure all that out. But we just took another win there as we shorted 47s. What am I short right now at Intel? 47. Yeah. So we got a bid there at 38. So hopefully Intel can continue to make a move downside there, as that's what we're waiting for. On that move, JP Morgan still 70 cents in the money. But as I look over my shoulder there, he is on. He's on right now. So he's there, ready to rock and roll. Intel, Neil, just
what
tanked.
Did you do? Yeah,
I don't know what just happened there.
Did he do?
The market is tanking here hard. So Jesus, or darn it. I mean, why am I feel
Schnickles.
like Pooper Schnickles here, because I feel like, honestly, we don't have quotes. We don't have quotes.
What did you do, Jerome?
We don't have quotes.
Jerome!
So
Put on that Bobby Womack.
I didn't even think I had this Microsoft trade coming in there, but there it is.
So remember use the EDGE stops.
I know, I don't have quotes. It's not, okay.
Yeah, these are kind of jacked up. I mean,
there we go. Now I have quotes for some reason. They came back. Hey, what's up, quotes? How's it going? So nice little downside move. Just to tell you, though, Intel is a banger right here. That's another move to the downside. As look at this, man. We just got a 45.05 bid again. We just shorted 45.50, man. We're on one right now as this market is on one to the downside. Watch out for some of these jorts.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft went 283 to 280. I reloaded Uber because we failed hard off that level.
As if Microsoft
it's just a gift.
Like
now we're
that.
getting to the 270s. We're starting to actually fade back in here. Brenda, what's up, buddy?
Okay, first few comments coming through here, guys. Fetcher Powell saying, inflation is much too high. Thanks. We understand that the hardship of moving expeditiously to bring inflation down. Essentially, we bring inflation down to keep strong labor market. Labor market is extremely tight at the moment. So that was that move in the market, guys.
Inflation's
okay,
too
so
high.
not rocket science
the
there.
rent is also too damn high. That's the other thing, man. That rent is too damn high.
What's that from?
The guy ran for office. That was his name. The rent is too damn high guy. I don't know. It was an American thing. Whatever, man. It's just he was kind of funny. But we've just blown through that support level, most of that support level on the Qs. Softy through that 280. So it's once again, if we're going to go to the downside, you just lean into what the short that was working. So it's a third time short Uber, and you just stick to what ends up working for you. We haven't broken VWAP yet, and I'm going back over to Moderna because that was ridiculous this morning in terms of weakness. If I can hopefully get this chart to load up, we'll zoom back out. Yeah, okay, not much to see here. It got up to 149. I was going to say if it was at 150, that would be a no-brainer. But a lot of these names cannot seem to break through VWAP or break the range. Here is a $4 range that we've gone back and forth now 3 times on Moderna. It's been three times on Uber, back and forth in this range. You could play it both ways, but I prefer to have a bias on the individual stock, right? Like short something you think is weak and go long something you think is relatively strong, even if you are playing this range, which has yet to break in 30 minutes, right? Like we made one breakout at the top. We have retraced a couple of times here. We've managed to pop off these lows. We'll see if we can do it this time.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I was trying to take Facebook against this 212.50 or so area, realizing that we may be in a little bit of trouble here because it looks like it wants to go downside. So we do have our stop order in. We will get taken out of that one if it does come back in any lower than where we are right now, 212.50 or so on Facebook. It is having a problem to get going back through 213 right now. So we took a piece out. I took 20% out right there at 213, and we lost 30 cents there. I feel like this is going to come back down right now. So Facebook's a name that I like, but here it comes, coming back in right now. Facebook, it had a beautiful run to the upside, so there it is, we're out. So darn it, Facebook downside, but I mean, Intel's really been the cash cow for me here since this move has happened. Back-to-back shorts, just crushed it on that Intel move. What's up, Brendo?
Okay, hold on to some shorts here, guys. Disruption, this is from Powell again, disruption to the supply larger and longer lasting than anticipated. So not good on the supply chain from Powell there.
Oh, I wish I'd remembered affirm. Yeah, something gets broken out of the range, that's broken out of the range. You're now crashing to the downside, right? Like everything's through. Yeah, Uber just went through. It's hold on to your shorts. That's where we're at right now. So if we can bounce off the bottoms, it's just going to be easier if I always do this. If we can bounce off these lows, this is going to be the low from this morning on the ES in about 10 points or so. The NASDAQ still 50 or 60 away. But if you don't have a short trade on, maybe there's a quick scalp off of the bottoms. Otherwise, hold on and just give more room to the short side of the trade because it looks like we are diving down here. If it's softy looks like 277 half.
I cannot believe softy.
For the bottom, maybe. And the Qs, that's 314, maybe 314 half.
Yeah, I'm pissed off about Microsoft. Remember, we just got out of this move at 282. We were short Microsoft. These are both shorts right there. And then unfortunately, now the move happened. So a little bit off guard there on softy. We should have, I was basically 50 cents away from holding this to a $4 winner or whatever it is now, $4, in the money. Okay, little small position here in Apple as that's come back down right now. So, you're into these areas right now with Apple. Apple was a loser and then it's just ripped right there. So Apple, thank you very much for that one. We'll take
dirty.
a piece out. Bang, $1. We just took 65 cents on that Apple move downside.
That's insane. Like the second that futures bounced, it was like a $2 bounce in the Qs. I'm like, get out of the short instantly on VWAP there. Just take your profit. It was
Booyah.
a $2 bounce in the Qs, and thankfully I was able to get out of Uber. But this is crazy. It's whipsaw action. Play the levels as you may. Brendo's got more.
Additional 50 basis point increases should be on the table the next couple of meetings, guys. So the next couple of meetings, 0.5% move.
So the market expected the next 3, I'm pretty sure, priced in for 50. So that should be as expected. But
yeah, I mean, that's probably fine. And like I said, I was talking with some of the guys before, and it was like, how much more hawkish can they get? And I mean, I think we were expecting that. So I said maybe he would say one more time. And that's what I was saying to some of the guys, that what if he came out and said that maybe the quarter point might be back on the table for the future. But here it is. Apple right now, $1.50 in the money. Let's go. Bang. We go back to the best names right there. We short the crap out of Intel and we long Apple. That's how we're doing it here, Trader TV Live. Let's keep going, man. This has been a fun day.
Oh, it continues to be a fun one. And we're only at 236, by the way. Like, he's only been on for about 5 minutes. Like, we're not even into power hour
This is not
just
big
yet.
enough.
And we haven't picked a direction. Like, the market feels like it wants to be a wick out bottom, at least what I see on the Qs. Like, that's what it feels like to me. But overall, we still haven't really broken out of this range, and that's what you got to consider. We're not out of it just yet, but it does feel like we're headed southbound here. I'm going to reload. And, like, someone's like, yeah, you can hold onto your shorts. But if you hit a support level, guess what? You can short through a support level. As we're breaking this bottom in the Qs, I go back to Uber, and we're at VWAP, right? Like, this is VWAP here. It can always just be shorted through that bottom. Otherwise, I'm going to play off these levels before. There is zero need. I don't have to overtrade it. I don't have to hold on to it through the whipsaw action, but I am favoring the short side of the trade. I think that's what I want to do next, Brendo.
All right, here is, they finally turned their website back on at CME. 91.5, guys, for that would be another half point. So just re-emphasizing what he just said, 4.1 only for 0.75 in June.
Okay, so that's good, right? I would think. Okay, 281. I want to go short here. Microsoft. So we're, do we get that? No, we didn't. We're at 280.70 As if I saw 280.70 there. I think it hit my order, then stopped. So basically didn't hit my order. 280.70 is where we're looking to go here. Oh man, that sucks. Hopefully we get it coming back in right now. We wanted to go short Microsoft. We've seen it fall off the face of the earth here a little bit on that kind of a move. Unfortunately, we have this bad wick. I'll try to get rid of it for you. But yeah, against this 282. So that sucks. We should have had that, but we missed it. So oh well. 280.70 short now. Looking for that play. Apple. Yeah, I mean, it's been a nice move, man. That was $1.50 right there. We'll get that if we can. Okay, Microsoft just came in, so we'll go new trade alert for us. We like to hit this button for that. So there we go, 280.70, new short for Softy. Trying to give that back up to 282.
Yeah, just a couple other names that look pretty interesting here. Netflix, down about 3% on the session. It's also got your classic wick off top at 196. Watch out 193. That looks like a big break. There's a big size bidder that's about to get chewed out on Uber.
Look at that,
and once
Softy.
they get through it at 88, I'm going to be back into that short side. And Moderna, the other one here, if it can hold below 145, that's another potential reload. We are catching a bit of a bid in the market. That BKI, Brendan mentioned, it did open back up. I mean, it did get to $70, meaning my chart doesn't want to load here. It did get to $70, but it looks like it's starting to calm down. I didn't hear any details on that prospective ICE bid or whatnot, but that one looks like it's a bit of a nothing burger here, calming down a heck of a lot and the volume pretty much dying down.
What is this, 113? I'm just going to take this off. We just took 75 cents there on Microsoft as it's right back down again. So I'm just trying to get rid of this wick. Where is it, 280, 280? Oh, no, what time is that? 1:15. You see any big move? Oh, here it is right here. Okay, so let's put this to 280. I know this sucks, but it's boring, but I have to do it because I have to show it to you the chart properly. We still have those ones there, but okay, now we're starting to go back up, so watch out. My stop on Softy is 281.50, so if we get reloaded into some more shorts, we have to watch out for that play as it just came up to 281 again, and there's a move downside. Like, this is just wild, man. You're talking about like dollar moves when you blink your eye here on some of these names. So yeah, let's not, someone said there, don't count your chips while you're still at the table. You are right, man. But how the hell am I managing all these positions? Long Apple, long AMC, short Intel, long JP Morgan, short Softy. All I'm really doing is like what the hell am I even doing right now? But I'm trying to focus on Microsoft because I do have the most capital in there. I've already taken out 2/3 of my Apple trade. And honestly, I trust Apple to the long side more than this Microsoft trade. This is like very, very whippy right now. So I do have to sit on here and see what's happening for Softy. So I'm going to sit here and wait. I do have another reload coming out in 281 though if it does get up there.
And Tesla just reclaimed 900. So that was one level it tried to hold a couple of times. It then destroyed it in that last little push down. Now you see it establish that 900. I am still short Uber. This now off the VWAP trade. And I still like a few others. I might get into Netflix. But Tesla 900 long, as long as we don't get anything crazy coming out. Coming further, I mean, I think we've heard most of everything that we're going to likely be able to take from Mr. Powell, but ear to the ground. 900 is going to be the new entry point. We'll try to get ones or twos, but I do not want to hold it through that bottom here at 898. I just want to catch a dip. I want to make sure we're getting a good price. And I'm looking to short a pop on a firm, but that stock fell hard from whatever. It doesn't matter. I should have been on a firm almost right away. But I need to see a big pop before I short that name. All
right, so Microsoft out and reverse into the long now. I mean, this is what I was talking about, how violent this thing is. And now obviously in our longs, we just go right up to the profitable area again, 282.50. You know what? This is not, now that I look at this, man, I mean, we're not making or losing really any money here, unfortunately, because these moves are just like, look where we are now. Like, we just got taken out there at 281.50. Now it's at 282. So, I mean, it's just like violent moves back and forth here on a lot of these names. So just be careful. We are now $1.50 in the money on on Apple. We'll see if we can't get a Microsoft bid as well to go upside right now. But it's really just throwing money around right now. Like, you got to wait for key levels. You got to wait for the trade to develop. I mean, we did know that we liked JP Morgan down here. So to me, that was good. But look, it did go against us as well. So, I mean, this is just violent. It's a question and answer period right now. So I think,
the Q&A.
You know, the key thing is that we just keep paying attention to hear if Brendan comes up with anything that's maybe out of the ordinary, and then we can play that momentum. Because right now, man, it's like whatever. I don't know what to expect. See, like, there goes our Apple. There goes our Microsoft, which would be a nice winner now. And unfortunately, we're out of it, right? Because we got stopped out. So this is what's going on right now with the market.
Well, Slapshot this one. I just finished saying, oh, yeah, unless a firm makes a big pop. Because I flipped to it, it was at $28. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be at 29 in 1 or 2 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes. And then it was right there. When I flipped back to it, it was curling at 29. So we did get an entry point finally. I wish it was 30, but 29 will have to do. If it gets back to these lows, fine. I would just rather play something really weak. Like Uber is what I'm shorting, and Affirm is what I'm shorting. 4.5% to the downside and 8% to the downside. I think it's pretty easy peasy what's weakness around here. What's strong that I haven't even touched, and I want to get back to this, Starbucks is stupid strong. It's up 9%. It never broke VWAP, and it's approaching the high of the day. So if there's something I want to go long on a pop, I'm switching over. I was taking Qs and I took Microsoft once. Nah, man, it's going to be Starbucks, I think, to play some long trades. If we dip back down to 80, I think that's an absolute gift.
Wow.
Oh, it's going to break the high.
There has to be something with Powell right now. What's up, Brendo?
75 basis point increases, not something they are considering, guys. Not something they are considering.
Key right there. So, yeah, now, of course, look at everything ripping to the top side there. So that's basically just as good as anything he could have said to me right there. So there it goes, ripping upside. We have $2.50 now in the money on Apple as that just continues to make a move higher. So we need to get long, man. 70 cents in the money on AMC as that's, yeah, sir, what's up to the apes, man? Don't cry no more. As we go back up to the upside right now for AMC, that's going. Maybe we got to go over to some Tesla. JP Morgan, let's go.
Tesla's gone.
Yeah, JP Morgan's gone as well right now. $1 in the money on JP Morgan. We smoking right here today. So far, so good here. Let's just keep this party started, man.
Yeah, you got to flip into your longs. Like, I immediately got out of all of the shorts. Like, make sure you take the shorts off. The second I even heard those words, it's like, forget about your stop order. I'm getting out in front of the stops. Tesla could take out this 920, but I'm pretty much going to buy every single dip we can get. I got into Starbucks on that breakout. It still looks relatively strong. Forget about Moderna. I'm not going to be trading that. A Netflix can be in play here as it's about to try to take out this high. I think you're getting gifts if you get dips into VWAP, but some of these breakouts, if we take out the high, 13.2 on the NASDAQ, we just took 4,200 on the ES, it might not matter. We could be anything that hasn't broken the high of the day, if it's going to give you a shot when these markets go, doesn't matter how weak it is, it could get carried up by that. That is huge. There were a lot of people that thought they could go 75 at some point, but it looks like we'll get that 50-50-50 for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's all.
Yeah, that'd be good if we get that. We could even get better. I mean, if these numbers improve, inflation-wise and so on and so forth, maybe you get better than that. But right now, JP Morgan, $1 in the money. Apple, $2.50 now. I mean, look at this Apple take right down there, 160. Like, we're long 160 right now on Apple. I mean, that just came in for us, so that was a good one. Microsoft is unbelievable. We talked about how whippy that was, like back and forth. This is what happens when it doesn't really have a direction. I still like the short in Softy, but maybe it's not the right move here as the market is blowing up. So we need to find something to get long, and get long ASAP here. Intel's already blown higher, but we did really well on Intel, man. I mean, that was our last piece there that we got out for flat as it's trying to take out new highs as well. AMD, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about that being a moneymaker. Yeah, I mean, we loved AMD today. We switched up to some longs as well, but right now we don't have that long. So I don't know. We got to find something that hasn't gone yet. What's up, Brendo?
Okay, so a couple other things here, guys. He's saying it's difficult to see or to give forward guidance and also leaving room to look at the data as it comes. They want to see evidence that inflation is declining, not just actual data showing it. So if they don't see anything, they could increase, but at this point, he's saying 50 basis point increases on the table. He's just reiterating the same thing for the next couple of meetings. So 50 basis points for the next couple of meetings.
Ooh-wee. Man, we are just like murdering this trade with Apple here now. $3. This is multiple $3 winners we've had on Apple today, by the way. And it is still going higher. We should have just punched long, man, when we heard that, but the market is off right now, man. We need to
Sometimes
be long.
you had to buy it. The only thing I bought at the top was like,
yeah,
it was Starbucks. Like, it was waiting for dips on everything else. I just tried to get the break on AMD through this high. Forget about it, man. Like, it went so fast. For your stop orders, they're almost no good. You got to be really aggressive. Liquidity's gone. The offer's getting pulled. That was the golden word. It's like, just get out of any of your shorts. And you had to go to the long. I wish I'd taken something in addition to Starbucks. This is insane. We just took out 42.20 on the ES.
Wowie wooey.
We gone.
How's that, Luca? Look, when the market goes down, I don't mention anything because, I told them it was going to go up. But right now, 1.5% straight upside right now on this market. I said that Uncle Jerome was going to come through, man, and crush it right now. There he is, man. This is back-to-back jacks for Uncle. He is just absolutely on fire, man. In Jerome, we trust, man. Nice little move upside. We should be long Facebook as well, man. But honestly, these moves are monstrous. Congratulations to everybody put on a long before these numbers come out. They might be short-lived. That's the other thing, right? Watch out for tomorrow. This is not like an all clear to go shopping. I wouldn't go shopping right now. Like, you don't need to buy these names that are already up 3, 4, 5%.
I take some profits right now.
Yeah, this might be a good profitable spot as well. So let's wait to see what's going on now.
Tesla just hit the high, that 925 and turn around. Softy hit 285 and turn around a bit. We went 13.3 on the NASDAQ. I saw just a few names start to make like very, very similar highs. So I just trimmed Starbucks here. And like Starbucks is one of the strongest names. Like something that was up above VWAP, but you're not getting the dip. I was buying the top, which you got to be cautious with. And if we're going to have a curl, well, if there is a short to be had, it's a firm and only a firm and in front of 30 because it's a firm.
I mean, this has been such a great, thanks for watching us, man. It's only 2:48. We have a lot of excitement still to come here, but I have to wait for this market to pull back. I don't want to go short anything. And honestly, it's tough to sit here, and push, money in when we've seen this happen and we're already long. Like, we're $1.20 in the money on JP Morgan right there. We are $1 in the money right now. Look at this. We have AMC long right now. Like, we're long AMC right here. We have the bottom of the freaking day on AMC right there. So that's $1 in the money on AMC right now. And then the only trade that we maybe should be trimming right now is Apple. Apple just made a nice move to the upside there. We have this bottom again. So yeah, it just rejected that 163.30. But if I don't think the market's going down, then I definitely don't want to sell Apple at these levels. But here it comes right back in. So maybe we should have sold some Apple. Let's just get out of this, man. Like Neil said, you can trim positions. It's not a big deal. So let's just get out of Apple. It's a big move up, man. This is multiple $3 winners we've had today on this name. So if I get out, at least I'll be more focused on a reload. So I think we could probably start to take some profits on these longs.
Yeah, speaking of reloads, it's like if you're looking to buy the dip, you got to think about what you like here. Pullbacks are probably going to be a little bit bigger than I think we would usually anticipate. I could easily see Tesla, like forget about 915, I could see like 906 to 910 definitely be in play. Starbucks is right back to 81. That's the breakout price. Like I said, the only thing I have short is going to be a firm. $30 even a firm, and a level like that, it's going to hold the top. If it does hold the top, I want to be in something that's generally going to be weak. Softy would have to pull back to 282 before I would like that one. So you got to pick and choose what you really like. AMD, that's more like a 94, 94 and a half. That took out that 95 pretty clean. But we are starting to slow up a little bit here. Went from 1.5 in the NASDAQ to only 1.3. So this is a time to get your reloads in. A lot of times you pick the direction, or so the market picks the direction after the Q&A, and it's picked for the time being up, so you got to be able to favor it at this point.
Yeah, I'm just, if AMC breaks 1550, we'll get out of that one. We are now sitting in Apple around this 163.20 spot, so if that comes through, great. We will get out of that one. And then JP Morgan, I'm going to get out. This one should continue to work. I don't think Powell can say too much negativity about the banks here. This is going to work for them. But right now, banks making a nice move up. So we are getting close to getting out of this Apple trade. I don't know if we should do that. Shoot. We're out of Apple right there. So let's focus on some reloads. Nice little trade there. Hey, man, I can't complain when we're taking $3.30 per share there on Apple. So not too bad. What's up, Brendo?
He's saying all the right things, guys. Saying core PCE, there is some evidence core PCE has peaked or is in the process of doing so. Just be aware he is speaking a little bit on the Ukraine-Russia situation currently.
Yeah, and like everyone's like, yeah, I said hold your shorts when support broke on the Qs while showing you support breaking the Qs. And the second there was another comment that came out that was bullish, and we held another support level, then you can start to think about getting out of it. The entire time, it's like you have a stop out level. You have a direction that you want to be able to play, but you cannot ignore the fact when Powell says something like 75 basis points is out the window, and you've seen a lot of, I don't know if it was Citigroup, but I think it was at least one Morgan Stanley, and a few other ones have come out and said that they thought 75 was going to be in the cards, and there were even a lot of putting odds on it. There was one analyst I saw this morning that was saying there was a 20% chance, 1 in 5, that we'd get that today. So for that to be off the table, it's bullish. You have to be able to react to it. You've got to understand that you're going to get some whipsaw action here. and then pick your direction, but always have a stop and understand that things can turn on a dime. That's just the reality. It looked like we were going to make a bit of a pullback there for a dip. Nothing seemed to come of it. We got down to about 95.5 on AMD. Not enough for me to be able to get into the buy. I was about to reload Starbucks off 81, and then that wasn't able to come in any deeper. Like, we got back in and never really pulled back below that price, so we're still holding out the breakout. Affirm got through 30. I'm not going long Affirm. I guess you could on a bit of a break. But Tesla about to take that high. This is now a triple top on Tesla. If Tesla gets through this, I mean, last I checked, it was 940 and 950. Sorry, 940 to 960. That is the resistance level above these prices. Tesla has not broken the high yet. It's one of the few things that hasn't really gone through. If it gets through, you could see fireworks.
Yeah, you want to see, I mean, first of all, everything looks like this, straight to the upside. Unfortunately, we got out of Apple 50 cents ago, or it was in the 30s, and now you're up 40 cents ago. Nice little move upside for Apple as the party just continues. But hey, we've got JP Morgan now in the money, huge. $1.80 now in the money on JP Morgan, and $1 again on AMC. So far so good on all of this, and we couldn't be happier. It's just, honestly, we should be longer, that's all. I mean, this could have been a monster day numerous times today. So many great levels were given to us, and there it is, man. Like, wow. Up 2%, like what a crazy run up there. The Fed may not have our back all the time, but I feel like right now this is nice, man. And who knows if this continues tomorrow, but very, very nice move so far. What's up, Brendo?
I mean, everything getting a boost right now. I'll keep my eye on these comments, guys, but nothing too significant coming through. DoorDash, however, just popped up on a volume alert there. You can see monster spike up there at 80, trying to go green on the day for Dash.
Yeah, I was just saying to Sean there, every single time, like, Tesla has held the high, the market's like checked up a little bit. But this time, the NASDAQ has now gone 1.8 and looking to get to 2. The ES is about to get to 2, and we're coiling at the top on Tesla. The longer this coils with the market making the high, to me, the crazier the break could potentially be. But remember, it would also be with the market testing a fresh high. You got to only give it a couple of dollars on a breakout style trade. I don't think we're going to get a chance. Yeah, I mean, with the market at the, the market's out turning around here, so forget about it. That breakout's going to be invalidated. I'm going to go right back over to Uber because that's the one that was working for me. If we get through 928, we'll definitely be there on Tesla. But I'm sitting there staring at it, and it doesn't seem to want to go. And then Uber's right at that $28 level. This was pre-market lows from yesterday. I sat it out after we broke 27.50. Now it seems to want to curl. I'm going to take my shot here. We hold that 2% mark on the NASDAQ. This is a scalp trade off of 28 only on Uber. And I'm going to have eyeballs on Tesla. Do not want to miss it. Try to take that 928 level, guys.
Okay, the maniac is back right now as we're going to short Softy right now. And who knows, man, if this market, what it wants to do. If Softy, the market, this is the thing, this is why I'm short, right? The market just tried to tick down there, and Microsoft went down $1 when it even just smelt like it wanted to go back down. So we're short right now at 60. Don't have any idea if this is going to work. I mean, looks like it's not, but we are going to, okay, here it comes. There it's out. Okay, so we're out. That was easy. Just talking about that short, but here it goes. I want Microsoft to the short side, but we're going to have to be more patient now with it because we almost, you know, like right there, I'll cancel my bids. I don't want to get run over if it comes back down. If this market does retrace, that was quick. That was quick. There wasn't really anything wrong there. But if this market does come back down, then I'm certain I want Softy short. Facebook's going crazy right now. Intel's up to $46. Facebook, geez, man, 220. I just bought this thing at 171 or something. Nice little move upside on Facebook. JP Morgan's bouncing. AMC's doing its thing. Maybe it's an Intel short, but I don't really want to short anything. It's hard to go long right now for me, and that's strange because how often do you hear me say that that's hard to find a long? But honestly, it just seems, and like, look, there's Microsoft. Like, we just got taken out at 286. Now it's back down where we'd be nicely in the money right now. Monstrous. So yeah, I think this is the name we want. Let's just put on a little less shares and hold this for a little longer.
So, I mean, I didn't want to do it, but it's like, how many times are we going to go here? I cannot stare at Tesla do this over and over and over again at this high of the day. And of course, like, I'm watching it waiting for the breakout, and then the one time I'm going to try right in front of the top, I mean, literally in front of the high, I'm going to try for the short side of the trade. It's very likely to take it out, but look at it coil. I mean, if it goes, like I said, 940 is your high. If it falls down from here, I mean, 922, 918, 912, those are certainly targets to be had. I am in the Uber one, but obviously Tesla's a bit of a bigger fish.
Okay, well.
Oh, this is wild.
I'm trying to, this is just wild. Like, I haven't really seen.
Like, remember I was telling you that, like, on the way up, like, there were people that would just throw, like, 1,000 lots, which you don't see on Tesla very often, just casually at the high of the day.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, like, the same thing up here. It's just, like it'd be, like, 100 lots, like, tiny lots. Oh, I can show you the level 2. Sometimes I forget that I can show you guys the level 2 here. But like, you're not seeing it now, unfortunately, but these are all either sub 100 or like 100 share lots. And then it would get to the high, and then there'd just be a buyer up there like 927, 500, 926, 80, 1,000 shares, why not? At the high of the day. And this was happening before the Fed came out, just price action you're not used to seeing. I think this is why when it's resisting a level like this, it's not falling down, because there's buyers en masse up here. Now it looks like they've maybe finally broken, but I thought maybe this was going to be a big breakout on Tesla. When you resist the top that much, it's very, very tempting to have to try to jump into a short. The risk is a couple of dollars to try to make 4, maybe 8. In a perfect world to give you 12, but the market feels like it's too strong for that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get out of some of these shares here, which would be Microsoft. I'm just putting in some stop orders. We do have that wick high up here at 286.25. I hate losing to the short side on Microsoft because we are normally a pretty big bull on this name. It's just like, if these futures do want to, they're dancing now. So we're either going to lose again going short on this name, which it looks like might happen, or, Here we go. These futures really do come down and we have a much bigger winner than we would on the loss for a short side here for Microsoft. So we're only short at 61. It did go down to teens there and we didn't take any out. So like I said, here, like, look at that. We were just at 80s there. Like, I thought I was going to get stopped out again. And then we just tanked down another 60 cents from there. So yeah, and now we're right back into the 80s again. So this is violent stuff, man. Like, if you're normally watching our show, like, you don't get 50-cent moves and bursts like this right now. I feel like there's a lot of money on the sidelines and nobody really knows what they want to do. So that's why it's like right now, less shares is what I'm using, less shares and bigger moves. So that's kind of like my idea right now on this, but we are going to take in one more trade on Microsoft and then have to average this in. So if it comes out at 286.50, that's where we're going to get out. I just missed a reload there at 15, by the way. That's what we're trying to do, is get that 15. It went to 13. Come on.
They just wick topped it on Tesla.
Yeah, so there you go. So Tesla is doing the same thing.
It might still go, though. Like, the thing about this break, it's really dirty. So I mean, like, I wouldn't hesitate to sit this one out if I was anybody. Like, that was very, very dirty up there. It just went like 3 times back and forth off that 928. And if we get through the high once again, I'll probably not do anything. I did jump back into the short. It's a failed breakout. It came back in. I did reverse it when I saw the failed break. But if we get through the high one more time, I think I want to wait till 930 and see what happens at that even dollar level, because it feels pretty strong to me. Like I said, there were people buying this en masse in front of that high. So if we actually reclaim the high of the day here, people were buying it at 926, laughing in the face of a 920 level. And if it doesn't fade this last time, like, you could absolutely go gangbusters. For now, like, Uber is still relatively weak, so that one's actually holding flat despite this strong move to the upside. You're almost at that 2% on the ES, but the NASDAQ's gone 2%. And we still haven't taken out the high of the day on Tesla, which is crazy. The 929 is actually somehow holding here. This is just coiling, man.
I'm very nervous here.
This is insane. Like, Tesla should be, in theory, at like 939, 935 or something, as strong as this market has been. That's what makes it so tempting to take these pot shots at the short.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's why I'm doing it. I mean, I'm literally taking pot shots now at all of these shorts.
I can't.
Okay, like, here it comes. So we'll take a little bit of profit now as Microsoft's starting to come back into where we're short again. But there it is, a nice little move to the downside. So we gotta, if you're gonna take pot shots, you gotta take little winners as well. It's kind of the same logic, right? So let's take a couple shots here. Microsoft just came back in for us about 50 cents there. Again, where is the downside in this? We know where's the the upside. We don't know how far this is going to go up. I mean, I'm just going to use the day's high right now, 286.50. That basically broke again before tanking in. So we don't want to get out of everything, but that's going to have to be an area of concern. I am bidding in the 70s to get another piece out. You've seen all, like, look at this, man. You've seen all these averaged in prices. I'm actually bidding 70 flat, so hopefully that will come back in. And then if we tank a little bit more, let's take advantage of that again. But yeah, right now we're just teetering on, you know, this market up that 2%. I mean, what a call again. Just wish we were longer on some of these names. We did make a lot of money back today, so all is well. But I'm thinking that there's a big move coming to the downside here. It's a nice move up. Remember, we were down 4.5% the other day. There it is. Yes, sir. There it is. Come on, Softy. You can do it.
Yes, you can. And so there's Tesla, and I said it's fine if you sit it out. I'm going to start thinking about getting out of Starbucks as well, by the way, because if we turn off of this high, like this didn't really go to this didn't go to $82. I thought at least you'd get $1 out of that trade. If it's only going to give 70 cents, it is already up 10% on the session. Let's be real about it. But like the futures kept on making highs, and something like a Tesla was not able to break the top. Like, give me a break. Like, it was just coiling. We went from 1.5% on the NASDAQ to 2 and almost a quarter, and Tesla only went like an extra $1 or $2. If we do pull back, Tesla can be not just 9.25, but like I said, 9.18, and the risk to reward was just constantly worth it to short it and give it $1 to $2 and see if we can't get this fade. I'll hold on to Uber a little bit more casually because that's an overall weak stock. So if it doesn't take out that $28 level, I can probably hold it into the imbalances. Can't believe I'm even saying that. It's only 304. Forget about that.
I know. Why are we talking about imbalances already?
In my head, it felt like it was later in the day, and then I looked at the clock and realized, what am I even talking about?
Yeah, no, that's great. Look, we still have a little bit of time left. I got my email today, so looks like the weather outside is going to be nice, and T-ball today, so we're getting ready for that. I'm in charge of doing some outfield drills. So hopefully,
I got a good one.
There's lots. They're literally 7 and 8 year olds.
Oh, yeah, good point.
They're not even catching fly balls. So I'm just gonna hit them some nice grounders, and we'll work on the throws in there.
Yeah.
The cutoff man. I'll be introducing cutoff.
You think they're worrying about the cutoff man in T-ball?
They're not, and that's why I have to tell them about it. Yeah, that's hopefully the weather's nice for that. Okay, Microsoft, you've already cashed out a little bit, so we'll go alarm on that one because look where it is right now, right back to the upside again on Softy. So, like, believe it or not, guys. I mean, I know you believe it because the marks are right here. We just got 285.09 was my best out right there on Microsoft before it ripped up another $1. So yeah, we're going to try to enjoy this short, but it might not be for a very long time as we're trying to take out more highs right now on Microsoft. $1 in the money on AMC. Look at JP Morgan go, man. For me, this is going to be one of the better ones that I've had. Obviously, we had Apple, but JP Morgan now $2.20 in the money. I said banks probably go there, so that was a good one. And then look at this Apple trade that we had, by the way. 160 flat, man. We got out at 163.20, thought we were doing pretty good. It went to 164.20. So, so far, so good on all that. There goes Microsoft back down a little bit. We should have reloaded that short.
Yeah, well.
That jort.
The thing is, I was actually thinking of the same thing myself on Tesla at that 930 because it just came back up there again. I was able to get some that right in that consolidation 27s where people were buying this one up for bigger lots between 26 and 27. Have to be able to get some out in that range. It just makes sense given that there are buyers, or at least there were before. But if it breaks through them, going to be holding for a bigger move down. I'm not going to reload it because as far as I'm concerned, like we're now back above 2% on the NASDAQ. And if we're pushing the highs, that's not the best time to reload when we're coiling up like this. And coiling is the only word I can think of here. And speaking of a firm, I am so glad that I did not try to fight a firm past the 30 level. Should have reversed it in the long on this instead of Starbucks, which I took off. A firm off to the races. Now green on the day. And a firm was getting crushed all day long, and now it's going to be up 2%. And it's a lot of names right now because we going upside. This is Netflix, broke $200. That could be one that could possibly hold, although it's showing some signs of regaining that level. If Tesla doesn't take the high, I kind of feel like there's only so much we can go, but hey, we're trying.
Yeah, there it is, man. Just tweeting this out as well. Really happy that we're still in this name here. JP Morgan, nicely done to the upside right now, still in this, so I don't have a target. I'm happy letting this one roll. There it is, man. We tried to get the reload, but it missed on Microsoft, and there it is, right back in the money now. Another $1.20 now in the money on Microsoft, $2.20 in the money on JP Morgan, and 91 cents here on AMC. And just reviewing the trades, man, like, this is just telling you what we're doing right now. 1560, I'm going to get out of AMC. We can hold them all forever. I mean, you know, it's just, and by forever, I mean till 4 o'clock. It's just, I don't know really where this market's going from here. So if that's going to be the case, we might as well start to take out some of this as we go. So AMC, let's take that dollar. I mean, they shouldn't really have anything to do with Fed. So if that comes out, we'll do that. Just double checking all of my stop orders. I mean, my JP Morgan stop is all the way down there at 124. So as you can see, that's still starting to go upside. I'm debating just a 126 out. I think we could put that on right now for JP Morgan.
There goes Tesla.
There goes Tesla. So, yeah, so far so good. And there goes Microsoft right back up to the upside again as well.
Yeah, maybe this will finally be it. Like, is this the chance to actually go long on a break on Tesla? 930 just went. Finally, like Uber just broke through that $28 level. I did not get the reversal into the long trade. You can kind of see I'm sort of sitting on the bid in front of 930. We got out. We just didn't actually get the long side of the trade. You're still trying to take the top on something like a Microsoft. It hasn't really gone yet. But some of these have absolutely just jailbroke to the upside now. We're now 2.225%.
Yeah, there goes the market.
Almost everything has gone to the upside. I know and I apologize, I know we're not looking at any of the small caps, but I was telling one of the guys in the chat today that asked about it. It's like it's hard to look at something like Oatly or that red box when you're really trying to make moves post-Fed on some of the bigger names. You got to have your attention on the stocks that are going to be moving, that are going to be the highest level of risk. Like, you're not trading Tesla while looking at Oatly. Maybe sometimes in the morning you do something like that, but this is more quickly in and out, and don't make a mistake.
So yesterday, was it yesterday, Fahad, or 2 days ago you bought SoFi? Yesterday. So yesterday I was talking with Fahad, and he says, what was that bank you keep talking about on the show? And because I mentioned it to him before, and I said SoFi, and he goes, okay, I'm going to buy some. 630 he's long right now on SoFi, up to 704 right now. And the reason why I said that is like, where's the bottom in SoFi? I mean, it could go lower, but if you take that 630, you have a 6 out if you wanted it. So right there, now you're in the money 70 cents, 80 cents on that trade with only a 30 cent worth of risk. So not bad there. And then he asked me today, was that 670 or 680, what he should do? And I said, hold it, but we'll see where that goes for now. But SoFi working to the upside. Congratulations to anybody that had that from the bottom. But remember, man, like SoFi's been chopped in half like 10 times here on the way down. So be very, very careful about that. JP Morgan still working to the upside, and always working is Ms. V. What's up?
Hey guys, it's time to smash the like button. We're here for you every day, and on days like this especially, we deserve more likes, guys. Almost 4,000 people are watching us right now, and only 400 likes. And again, I remember that you're super busy, so here I am to remind you and help the community. Back to you guys.
No,
thank you very much.
Don't
And
get me out of softy.
you're getting
Cancel.
some very, very tight levels here. And we talked about stocks that are coiling. Tesla was one. It gave you like a $5 range back and forth, risk 1 or 2, and it gave you 5. I thought maybe it could give you 10, but here's another one making a similar style setup, and that's going to be Moderna. Up on the day. Remember, Moderna was gapping up, and it was a huge flush in the morning, but now this 154 looks like this was the high right at 9:30, was this 154.10 when it rolled over when we grabbed the short. You're now consolidating off the same level, and it's a better structure for me. Like, this allows me to be in a trade, risk $1, no more than $1, maybe even a little bit less, and understand that your upside is big. And then that way I'm not necessarily holding on to it forever or worrying too much about, okay, how do I manage it? Oh, this is a pretty structured. If I can get it between 53 and 53.5, I'm going to slip into Moderna, know that the stop is 154.10, and then I can just leave it on. Brendo?
Just a heads up, guys, if you're looking at that BKI, done deal, $85 per share. ICE taking out BKI here for $13.1 billion. So that's actually halted right now, news pending, but it's going to be 85 per share.
All right. Yeah, I apologize, guys. Like, normally I'd be all over something like that, but we are now. I mean, I'm just watching Softy, and, I gave it a little more room. I want to give this a 287, but honestly, man, this market is just heated right now. Like, Unbelievable. We've made a lot of money back, man, today, and I'm hoping to just top it off with this last short here in Softy. But again, it looks like it doesn't want to go down. I mean, we've made money up here. Back in here, this is actually flat on Softy here. We are down Microsoft because of this move. We believed in the long early, defending 280. Believe it or not, like we're defending 280 there, and we lost doing that. Now you're up to 287 right now, and I'm sitting in a short, which is unbelievable. So little frustrating here for me, but at the same time, man, we've made some great trades. Couldn't be happier with some of these plays, man. $3, like, you know, I have more shares in Softy because we've been averaging here, but, you know, like it's counteracting right now this $3 win on JP Morgan. So that's why I'm kind of like happy with the trade, but at the same time, like just trying to play like a lottery here with Microsoft, thinking that we could get a move back down. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go, and it doesn't look like it wants to. So tech to the moon right now. Like that's great. This might actually be the first time I open up the old investment account to see where we're going from here.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the other thing too. Like this is actually that moment. Like you've got 2 rounds of earnings.
Yep.
You've gotten 2 rate hikes, and you're midway through the year. So understanding that it was going to be a different type of environment, you wanted to reset in stocks. For a lot of names, this is the point where you can start your old dollar cost average sort of game and feel a bit more confident getting in. So you get that shopping list out, because there's been very few things outside of, you know, sort of conservative names that you want to get into. Now we feel a little bit better, and we're making some of these moves. And by the way, AMD about to get to what was the high, and I know because we'll talk about it in a quick little second here, but AMD very, very close to what was the top on the initial long. That's at 98 and a half, right at 930, and we're $1 away.
Yeah, so there goes Microsoft just up there to the upside now, taking out that 287. We're going to hold a small little piece. I mean, how many average ins am I going to take here on Microsoft? But you know what? Still, I can't be happy when you look at it and you get taken out, but that was a little wick off top there to 287.25. So not bad. We still are in the short, but we did get taken out there. I'd hate for this thing to come back down now because we're not in too many shares, but it just keeps on ticking higher. Apple, wow, 164. I mean, what? This is why I'm not that upset. Like, we had big moves, we had big winners. We're $3 in the money now on that trade, but we did give some back on Apple. Yeah, what are you guys looking at here? Yeah, 940. What is AMD at? Did you guys just say $98? Okay, this is an awesome opportunity right here for AMD. I feel like up to 98. These were the levels that we talked about earlier in the morning here. It already touched 98.50, then fell back down. So let's watch out for AMD right here at 98. This one could be a decent short. Let's go over to Brendo.
Just looking through a couple of the final comments coming through here from Powell. I mean, we can have a look. As we raise interest rates, demand moderates. People will spend a little less. Consumers will spend a little less. So, I mean, he's going through all the right things to say. He is still answering questions. I have to say as well, it's great to see the Q&A portion of this being done in person. For the past 2 years, it has been a Zoom call. So it's great to see actual people back in the same room having a conversation about the economy. Let's take a bit of a pause and we will reset here. We're going to go back and look at one of the trades we had from this morning, and it's going to be to Neil today, looking at one of his trades.
It would be easy to forget that AMD had blowout earnings this morning, given the price action that we've seen throughout the day, getting absolutely crushed all morning long, and then rising to basically right towards those highs as we had the Fed just come out here and sort of save the day. But you have to ask yourself, if you were looking for the long trade in AMD because you love those earnings, how could you possibly be up on the day? And it's pretty simple. When you get into a position, understand where you're wrong. And if you know where you're wrong, then you will work out just okay. As long as you take your profits, as long as you understand you have to hold to your targets, you've got to make sure you adhere to your outs. Now, obviously, you had the gap to the upside, and we've been talking about the previous resistance that we gapped through. That was 91.5 and then 92 for the last week. We've been looking at that overhead resistance. You get the blowout earnings, the monster guidance from AMD, and we pop up in the aftermarket. We see this 95 level, reject 97, and then make this nice secondary high between 95 and 95.5. That's what we come into in the morning. There was a breakout trade above that 95.5 at 96 that we were in going into the open, and then it did this. It made your classic wick off top, pulled back in. Where's the first long going to be? 95.5, right? Like we remember that level, we get long in front of it, it breaks, we gone. Forget about it. Not even going to mess around with that. It comes right back down later on in the session. Don't do anything. I don't care about the curl at $94. I didn't have a level at $94. I'm not going to trade on the dip at $94. We did like it in front of this 93. That again validates that previous level we had before. It tries to make a check up. We get below that 92.5. Forget about it. Check out. And then there's only one level left. Just one. You go right back into what was that last line in the sand. This is where there were sellers en masse in AMD all last week, and they come into the buy side today. We grab only the long when it tests that 91.50 bottom. And once it does that, counter trend to the market, I'm going to be taking it. I want to be flat in front of Fed. I'm going to be taking it all out in front of VWAP, and that last dip that we had could not get past that 93.5. I will gladly take it. We're going to get in, we're going to get out, but make sure that you're adhering your stops. If I'm averaging into this, there's no way you're going to win. I was long in the pre-market, 1, 2, 3, 4 separate trades. Every single time I'm taking profit when it presents itself, and I am never, ever holding against my stop. Once you are against the grain, and the second you're doing this, you're against the grain. You cannot be holding on to that long side of the trade. It's just going to get you into trouble. There will always be another trade. If you like the stock and it's screaming to the downside and you want to be a buyer, that just means you can be a little bit more patient and wait for your level. Not just the direction you like, but your level. That's how you're going to end up being positive and adhere to your stop. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to do it.
Definitely good, wise words for any trader. Join us every morning, guys. We go over the watch list pre-market 8:30, absolutely free for you. All you need is an email address. We get you set every single day for the open at 9:30. So make sure you're here. Happy to say, guys, the press conference has ended. So that is it. Back.
Hey, good. I can't believe I finally say that when my boy is off the screen right now. But good, because now we're into this Microsoft short again. Yeah, so many little cuts, man. And now we're trying to just patch those things up a little bit now as we are coming back down now for softies. So, yeah, good. So right now we are in the money 70 cents and starting to, I'm just trying to piece these out as we go. Take another 52 now on the outside. And now we'll wait to see if we can get something at 285 or so. Yeah, I don't know. You were just doing AMD. It just hit 98, so that, not coinciding with that 98.50 right there, that could have been a short right there, but I don't know if the shorts are going to be right, man. We did get out now of half of our Microsoft as that just pulled right back in right there. So all these cuts trying to get covered up right now. We'll see if we can get back down to 285. I don't know. We're just trying to take advantage of this move down here in the NASDAQ. So maybe we do retrace back down here to the 50 period. So more to come here on Mr. Softy. Hopefully more to the downside anyways for me. My best out there looks like around the 50s. So, yep, we're not trying to count our chickens before they hatch, but we had to get out. I told you we got out of a decent spot there on Microsoft. So made some money back there on that one.
Oh, I just thought we'd get a dip on back to 930 on Tesla. We were just pulling back in. I was like, oh, we sat down just in time to see 940 start to come in. And if we can catch a dip there, we definitely will. I mean, it's obviously a bit of a jailbreak. I mean, the second that he got off the podium, there was a pullback, and that might have been your shot. Great. There's a wick on my chart down to 888. This move back here is really to where we're sitting right now, like 936. We have not really gotten past that level. I'm looking at the 930. I think that's a bit of a dip. I saw there was a failed break on Moderna. When I went up there to the trade of the day, you have to have a hard stop. You can't go with an area stop when you're not at your desk. So it did then come right back in and reestablish resistance. So that's the name I'll be in. It's just weaker overall, whereas I think you're buying dips on anything that's, remotely strong. We do at least now have to start considering 20 to 30 minutes from now when the imbalances come out. And we know on Fed day that those can be pretty big. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to scream to the downside. I'd rather see a curl instead of buy that dip. I'm going to double down on this Moderna because it looks like we are starting to fall back in here.
Wow, this is like, Fahad's messaging me here, and it's like, he's like, the Microsoft's giving him a headache. And I'm like, oh man, like these magic finger, I got to get an insurance policy because honestly, like, the amount of keys that I'm hitting here is ridiculous. As now Softy's starting to fall back in, man. Now we're $1 plus in the money on this trade, $3 in the money. JP Morgan is really rocking, man. I mean, we picked this up at 124. Look where we're at right now. I hope, no, I don't even have an offer out to get out. I want to get out if we break back down below 126.60. So I'm going to put that in as a stop order right now. And again, if you're not using stop orders, then, I mean, you got to figure out, you know, like they've hurt me a little bit today because, you know, sometimes you get your stops out and they trigger on wicks and things like that. But ultimately, man, like if you're not triggering in and out on some of these trades, like I'll give you an idea, like some of these Facebook wicks and stuff like that. Like, you know, when I'm long here and it starts to go down like that, like just the fact that I get out when this breaks 212.50, which is crazy because now you're at 221. But the point is, look how much further this went down. It went down another $1, right? So sometimes if you're not paying attention, you know, you got to get in and out of your trades. I'm using this example because, look, we talk about it all the time, humility and things like that. I don't mind celebrating the wins, as you guys can clearly see. I mean, we're trying to entertain you and showing you really that day trading is possible to earn a living doing this. Consistency, patience, discipline, all that. But at the same time, you know, and I've been a big Facebook fanboy for a very, very long time. And Facebook's actually one of my biggest trades today. All of these longs down here, 207, 208, right? But, you know, again, sometimes you make those mistakes, but hey, you know, we have other names that we've hit. So just keep in mind that I mean, Neil have already said it, and it was a great line. There's always another trade, right? And so, you know, you don't want to die on one or two swords. Yeah. And like, if I had gone short Microsoft right here at 285 and not gotten out at some of these levels, sure, it's paying off now because it's coming back down. But what if this continues to 290, right? Then all of a sudden, what I thought was a small cut is like my whole week. So, you know, keep that in mind. Trade safely. I'm glad you're with us, and I hope you're having a profitable day. That's for sure.
Oh, I only just now noticed that like my Bitcoin chart I have to refresh. I'm like, what's going on? I thought we're at 40. Everyone's like, we're at 40,000. I'm like,
where are we?
I'm like, no, we're not. And then of course I refresh and it's like, we're at 40,000. We talked about Coinbase, and this is one that I forgot this morning because I did say if Coinbase got to 130. You would have to be jailbreaking through 40,000 for this not to be a playable level. So again, pick on weakness if you can find it. I don't know if you're going to find too many things weaker than this. This is now a 15-minute chart. I understand we jump back and forth from time frames. You'll see me on either daily chart, a 15-minute chart, or a 3-minute chart. So this is the 15 just so you can get a look at the entire week and all these wick tops through 130. So I'm going to play the curl on. We got the curl on a Moderna, which is make the top, fail the top, and then round it out and see if we can't get a pullback. I like 127 for a bit of a target. That was that lower high here. Miss V.
Hey guys, Isa Mohammed sent me a super chat. Hi Isa, I missed you so much. I hope you're doing great into these crazy markets. Thank you so much again for your help. Sending you love, and back to you guys.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, yeah, back to us. Thanks. As Neil and I just talking about some of these names here, man. Wow. Yeah.
We just say wow, Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx on that. Oh, you say wow too? I missed that. Wow. It just keeps going. I'm really speechless. I mean, you want to see a wow opportunity? I mean, where am I getting out of Microsoft here, first of all? 288. Okay. I'm trying to reload Microsoft. So 287.40, we're sitting here waiting to get out or get more shares here on Microsoft on this little bit of a bump up there. But what's up? Someone said that. Oh, there it is. What's up, Paul? Thank you, man. I'll take this, man. 2 goals last game here. League leader in goals. I am the Austin Matthews of trading. However, I need to dump my shorts. Yeah, look, I mean, for sure. You know, holding on and trying to deal with Microsoft short is really a headache that I shouldn't have. You're 100% right on that one. But I'll take the compliment on Austin Matthews. I think he's the greatest Maple Leaf ever. So I'll take that. But Neil can be Mitch Marner there as we'll work on the same line.
I don't want to talk still.
Back and forth. London, Ontario.
I'm glad Mitch Marner had a good game.
Yes, he's the key.
It was rough for him. Like when an athlete gets paid, there's a lot of extra pressure that comes with it. And he's obviously a talented guy that hadn't really produced in the big moments. I'm glad he's off to a good start. Although it's one game.
So I was telling this to Greg, if they lose tonight, man, it's almost more of a problem. Like winning game 1 doesn't mean anything. You got to win game 2. Tampa Bay won't even care about being down 0-2. They're the defending, they're the back-to-back champs, and I don't think they're going to care on the plane back down 0-2 going into their own barn. The Maple Leafs have to have to win tonight. So if they lose, then honestly, I can't believe I'm so doomsday about them, but I really feel like they have to pull the trigger tonight.
Tampa's good.
Get up 0-2, get up 2-0, and force Tampa to play just the best game at home. So that's what I'm hoping for, but go Leafs go tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, we definitely hope they win. That's just the reality. We hope the market wins. So someone was just asking in the chat, they're like, why, after the biggest rate hike in yada, 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 why would the market be going up? Well, think about it this way. We always talk about buy the rumor, sell the news. In this particular case, sell the news is bad thing for the market, buy it back up. Like, we've been falling down into this rate decision, and then we didn't get any kind of a shock. So the market's decided to react to make it a little bit of a bounce because there was nothing, I guess, more hawkish. That's the best way to say it. There's nothing more hawkish in what Chairman Powell said, which I think was what everyone was afraid of. Like I was saying, I read multiple people, and I wish I could remember. I know at least one was from Morgan Stanley, that actually thought there was a 1 in 5 chance we'd get 75 today, which we obviously didn't get. What? Yeah, there was an analyst that said 75 today. Like, think about putting doom and gloom out there.
What's that guy's name? Stephen A. Smith or something?
That's cool. No, that'd be more like Skip.
Trying to get like some hot takes in there?
Skip is more of the hot take guy.
We're going to go.
And Skip's a mess.
I mean, all those guys. I mean, the NBA is just full of like guys throwing down ridiculous statements all the time. But that's, whatever. I mean, they got to make their. We can throw down some ridiculous statements here.
I like Stephen A, man.
Many times. Yeah, I know. They're all funny. They're all characters. So
I love Stephen A.
That's what's good. I love the TNT crew. They're Charles, Chuck, and everybody coming through there. I don't like Kenny Smith that much, but I mean, he's good. I mean, they're all good. I don't know. Okay, so 165. I want to go long Apple, man. If the day's going to take out the day's high on Apple, you know what, though? I'm pushing too many shares. Okay, let's find out what's going to happen right now on this one, as we'll cancel that phone call. We don't need to take one right now. 165 to the upside here on Apple is what we're looking at.
Yeah, it doesn't like Kenny Smith. That's interesting.
I don't know.
So I'm out of Tesla, and I was looking for that dip. It doesn't look like it'll come in. It got to legitimately 933. I was looking for 930. Remember that breakout price where there was all this just cluster of buying between 27 and 30? It was a scalper's dream in there. I guess I should have just scalped it over and over again, but I didn't do so. It's not going to give that 921. Looks like we're curling higher. And if I'm going to play off the top, you have to have something you really like to buy at the highs, or find something that you think the risk to reward makes sense off the short, which means pick on something that has been in trouble. And that's all I'm going to do at this particular point. Like, all of my longs were in and out pretty quick. I decided not to hold on to them. It's not going to age well, but hey, I don't mind showing it to you. This was the Q's long that we didn't hold on to. The Microsoft long will look even more ridiculous. We got in and out right off the move, and then when it reestablished the 281 level, yeah, we probably could have got back into it, but you got to play your style of trade. At that moment, it wasn't until we heard the no chance of 75, and by the time you heard that, I was not getting the entry that I wanted, and I didn't feel like chasing it. You chased anything, it didn't matter today. That's one of those where you break your rule and punch higher, you just win. That doesn't necessarily mean you always want to do it, though. And Rivian, by the way, up 5%. This could get to, if it gets to 35 on Rivian, that's a pretty big level.
Okay, so I just wanted to...
Oh, sorry, check that. 34 is the big level. My bad.
Is Rivian that high again? Okay, I just want to give you a quick little update here. I did go... I was going to say I went long Apple, but Apple was just... darn it, I got out. So I got out for flat there. The reason why Apple was like resisting this whole time, that 165 breaks, and when it broke, it went up, then came right back down. So I am a little interested here in watching Apple now for a short. We're over to Brendan right now.
Hello. Hi. A couple things. That BKI, we good? BKI resumed, guys, straight to the downside after that ICE announcement. Also, a little one, AIKI, going crazy here. Hearing about a possible Discord investment for AIKI.
Oh, AIKI. I'm like, why can't I bring that up? I was wondering why I couldn't bring that symbol up, because I typed it wrong. Load.
I'm really debating right now, that Apple short right there, whatever, it didn't work. But yeah, where's the 20-minute chart here? This 166, I was watching it, man. It really struggled to break that 165. It was doing volume after volume, did not want to break 165 to the upside. So, I don't know if the short is going to be right now. I mean, you can see the NASDAQ. I mean, we should have Luca on right here because I told him 3%. I don't know if I told him 3%, 4%, what the hell I said in the kitchen there. But right now the NASDAQ is up 3% from being down about 0.5% going into this number. So there's the rally to the upside. It sucks that we're not long. We flipped over to our long on Microsoft, 40 cents in the money. JP Morgan, $3 in the money. AMC, $1.12 in the money. So we've lost going short for sure. Thanks for that Austin Matthews reference, but you're 100% right, man. We should have dumped all the shorts and just said, you know what? Let's hero this thing long. There's a lot of money to be made today, and honestly, we didn't make enough of it. So, yeah, there goes Apple, and here goes Microsoft finally to the upside right there after getting hit on all of those shorts, man, which sucks because normally I'm long. You know what? Like, we were able to get some out, so it's not as bad as it looks. It just sucks that all of these are shorts when they should all be the other way. So, nice little 70 cents now in the money on Softy as we head to that 290 level, guys.
So just this AIKI that Brennan just brought to us here, when you pop up the daily chart, you'll kind of see, it's a penny stock. By the way, for those that didn't see, it was a penny stock. But it already checked up at a pretty big wick off top, and the 15 is not going to tell you anything. And then it slammed back down into 55. And I remember what I said yesterday about it getting to a price level and the spread opening up? So like it tries to go higher, but then the bid doesn't follow. It got to 55, and the bid couldn't really crack 52. Now it's got a 2 cent spread on a 50-cent stock. Like, it's insane. Like, this is the type of thing where, like, whenever you see that, a 50-cent stock should not have a 2-cent spread when it's done 8 million shares and is in play. And the second this spread opened up here was like pop on the offer at 55 because if there's no buyers at 53 and the only buyers are crossing a 2-cent spread to get it, it's not a risk-free trade, but it's almost spotting you. It's spotting you 4% in that situation, essentially. So grab the short at 55. I'm going to try to come back in here. I like to play flash news if it's in a small cap, but obviously the only short that's going to be end up working out is going to be the small cap, unless Coinbase holds that lower high at 130. Still a chance it's going to do that. It's in the midst of a curl. And that's the thing, like the market has now broken the high and gone a full percent higher without Coinbase taking the top. That's why I kind of like this one here. It's like if anything is going to have a chance to reverse, well, it's not to right now, but it would be something which shows the relative weakness. And to that point, like Moderna still is managing to hold its high. Rivian, by the way, 34 was that level on Rivian, and it is right here, right now. It's actually challenging 34 in the 15-minute. I say it's a big level because look what it's done every time it's gotten here. There's so many names that when we sit down tomorrow are going to be on the verge of multi-day breakouts. File Rivian away is one that could easily do that as well.
Yeah, just looking here at some more numbers. Oh, shoot. I was going to say we're going to take one more shot here on something short, and I'm just going to use 99 here as a level. I should just take this advice, man, and stop shorting. This is ridiculous. But again, we're just trying to take pot shots. Like, these are not big positions right now. This market move is absolutely amazing. I couldn't be happier with this move. But again, like, just holding on to the AMC long has been fine. And trust me, this JP Morgan trade is making up for everything. But at the same time, like, don't want to give back the money, which we've done. Give back the money, and here we go. It's going to take 99 right now. Give back the money that we've made already here. So, yeah, this sucks. Like, we just should have gone long on everything heading in here. Normally, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I feel a little silly holding some of these shorts, but at the same time, we're not doing a whole hell of a lot of damage, but we should be long, and it's just stupid that we're not, to be honest with you. As I look, Starbucks, I mean, we wrote down 81.50. I mean, that's at 82 right now. So there's just been so much blow up here in a lot of these names. I'm almost wondering.
Look at volatility right now.
Like, what is the VIX at? I mean, we should. Oh, you're on it right now. Yeah. I mean,
UVXY is down
off,
15%. Yeah. That pretty much says it all. I'll full screen that chart. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Oh, well, I can't go full screen because you can't see all of it. But anyways, there you go. Yeah, this is what volatility is doing. UVXY. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She gone.
She gone. And AMD, she gone, as well as, just these small, I mean,
I don't know what.
Like, yeah. I love going long on everything. It's just so crazy that we're not long anything other than the two that we have on board right now. Tesla's up to 950
Can't
again.
believe I scalped the Qs. Like,
Facebook's at 222 right now. I mean, I was just short AMD like a maniac there. As Prad's talking about AMD back up to $100. Yeah, man. I mean, what a great move upside for AMD. Was that just the wick off top there for AMD? I mean, am I really going to go short something? I don't know. Again, like all I've been doing the last hour is shorting things, which hasn't worked out. It hasn't been brutal, but it hasn't been great either, obviously, as some of these plays. I mean, look at this Apple. Thank God we got in and out of that one real quick. But you're up to 165. This is what I mean about just holding something. Like, we went long Apple. Like, you're going to see me take hits on Microsoft. 50 cents here, 50 cents on or 30 cents on AMD. But this was a $3 winner on Apple. Just should have held it. Sometimes you don't believe in some of these moves, even though you call them. So right now, yeah, I feel a little silly that we don't have some better longs for you right now, other than the ones that we've put on and held. But nothing's really given me the opportunity to pull back in to get that long. Like I've wanted, I mean, I guess Facebook pulled in there and there, maybe pulling in again right now, 222. But again, we're well off of a lot of these levels. I don't know if we have any early imbalance numbers. I haven't seen anything yet, but I mean, this is just crazy. Airbnb's on fire. Holy shit.
It's probably,
up to 155.
it's probably to the buy side, I'm going to guess. Probably to the buy side. I mean, I don't know. We haven't actually heard anything just yet. It looks like the early look, and we always get it from Financial Juice, worth noting. And there's lots of these out there, but it looks like 229 million to buy.
Yeah, Brendan came with that, so.
Yeah, so I mean, it's to the buy side.
That's where he got it from. So yeah,
that's not gigantic, but at the end of the day, we've seen it sort of. By the time we get to 350, that can be a number with a B behind it when we actually get to 350 in 12 minutes or so. So that can definitely change. That AAKI is pretty much done. Like it looks like, yeah, that flush is now on. This might go all the way back to like 45 or something. So I'll just put a bit in there at 46. Last thing I'll have on and last ditch effort will be Moderna. But you can be filing some of these names away. I know I liked Starbucks to the long, and I probably took it off too early. Could have given it to 83. And again, like I said, Q's and Microsoft, but it was Starbucks as well. It didn't hold on to the Starbucks log. So it is what it is. Like you take your targets, you have your structure for a trade, and sometimes you got too much of a structure. And that can be, and then that happens and you go this. Well, I was trying to have the chart up when I did that. Yeah, so you follow the line of the upside. And you only go to the upside, but if you've got your targets and you don't want to adhere to them, yeah, then you're going to miss out on some of that upside. It cuts both ways. Like you want to sort of reduce risk or follow a plan. Sometimes it means giving up some of the upside, although I'm hating myself because I think if I was looking over at UVXY, breaking 15 and continuing with its trend, that would have been a good way to maybe hold on to some of your longs. It's like allow that trend to be your indicator as opposed to some of the key levels. Like you fall into your trap of what you usually do, support and resistance, but you look at something like that, and like that would have been the reason to hold. I had the chart, I was just watching the futures levels and not the VIX trend.
Okay, so, here comes Apple right now. We're going to get some more short into Apple, of course, because we're shorting the market for some stupid reason right now. And I don't know if we're going to be able to hold this through, but there's that 166.20 level. So that was sort of a level that we were looking at here with Apple on some of these shorts. JP Morgan is rocking to the upside, man. Like these banks, I actually feel silly that we didn't buy banks down there where we wanted to before. So yeah, if we break through that 166.20 on Apple, then we're going to get out of there. So that's going to be a little level there, 166.20 to break through on Apple. Otherwise, we'll hold this one. I know Brendan came with a buy imbalance there, but yeah, let's just see. Maybe we've ticked higher now, and that's it. So we'll wait to see. 13,500 right now. What a great move, man. The S&P is back to 4,300 right now. Like we were talking about 4,000 earlier, and now you're just talking like, wow, to the upside. We're only out of the money a dime on Apple, so, you know, definitely some room to the downside, needless to say, on Apple, but, you know, it could get us clocked out at 166. But at least this time now, I feel like we have some kind of a base. Rather than just shorting all the way up, at least now we have a tick that we've seen before on Apple. So, you know, Apple has been weak the last couple of days. There's no doubt it's strong today. I mean, everything is strong today, right? So let's see if this is the name that we could fade into the close, especially if this is a sell imbalance. Then we know Apple will get hit along with Softy and some of these other names. But I don't really want to play this game, so we only have 10 minutes to go. Hopefully this move can happen earlier, and then I don't have to worry about what the imbalance is coming out to be. But hopefully we can hold Apple, and I want to hold this for a while, man. Like I'm upset right now. So it's not revenge trading or anything like that, but like if we can get back down to 165, I know that's not holding it that long, but if we could take a little bit of profit if it gets back down into there, and then this 50 period, 164.50, then hopefully that will sort of ease some of the pain on some of those shorts. But Apple may not want to go down, so that's going to be just the price that we pay here to trade some AAPL right now. So we're going to look to get a 165 flat bid and then work it from there.
So for the question, Josh, 155 is the stop on Moderna. 153 first target where we took it out last time, and then if it falls into 350, maybe we give it a little bit further than that. But realistically, I'd much rather it resolve itself by that particular time. And shout out to anybody that showed me a setup that's similar, like Wayfair here. That 91 area, this is very similar. Like the market's screaming through highs of the day, and you don't have to make this actual trade. What you can also do is say, anything that can't take out the top, that found a big level of resistance, and then as the market screamed another 1.5% to the upside, could not reclaim the high, well then just file that level away. It might not flush from here because the market might be too strong, but you then know 92 on Wayfair, at least for now 155 on Moderna until it finally breaks, which it very well could. That can be the kind of thing you're looking for in tomorrow's trade because you can be filing away these levels. Now, I'm going to kick myself over Tesla not getting that 930, and I was too stubborn about it. I wanted to buy the dip, and I wasn't willing to pay up an extra $2 or $3, right? I wanted to make sure I was getting it tight to the vest like we were trading it in the other direction. That'll end up being wrong. Like I said, I could have chased anything, and it certainly would have worked out. Tesla is about to hit 950. 950. Like if you came in this morning and said, okay, we're going to go 885 to 950, break out of here. We're now heading right back to, remember disaster, it wasn't disaster day, but when Elon sold the $8 billion, yeah, we're now trying to refill that gap after it looked like we were testing the lows this morning, and that's the power of the Fed. And guess what? We get this every single meeting. And remember we said, don't be afraid to just sit back and learn or try a strategy. We're going to get to do this again every single time there is a meeting because you're in a raising rate environment, which is very, very different from what we've had the last couple of years where a Fed announcement means basically nothing is going to happen. Like you'll sit there, the number will come out, and it's like, I might get a small move in the futures. Now we're going to get pretty much this for the rest of the year every time they have a rate decision.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is... I think we get it all the time, man. I mean, it's just there's so much to decide on what you want to do here with the Fed that, it's kind of like pick your poison all the time. What did I just get out of there? Oh, JP Morgan. Okay. JP Morgan breaks 127. So we will go slap shot here for the Maple Leafs because that's a $3 win right there. Obviously, with the imbalances coming out, Neil's just talked about that. So have I. I think it's smart here. We don't need to play games with any of these positions. We're going to get out. I did put a 127 stop in there. Maybe it should have been held to 126.60 or so where the 50 period is. But we'll do that trade now. Get out of that one. Put that $3 in our pocket. So there we go. Now we hope that the market will fade a little bit here. And if it does, man, we have Apple. Apple just touched down to 165.32. I mean, you know what, maybe we'll, maybe we should have put something there. Let's put another bid down there in the 40s. There's only 5 minutes left, and then this number blows up, man. Like, if this number blows to the upside, we already have our out, so we'll get taken out at 166.20, I believe, something like that. We'll get hit and we'll get out and it'll suck because it was just down here. That was a decent winner down there, by the way, but now it's not. So now we come to the downside here. Upside in the market, downside in JP Morgan. That's probably bounced as well. Yeah, see, this is what I mean about getting wicked out sometimes. It's fine. AMD is, how close to 100 did that get right there? That got to 99.50 right there. So that, again,
100.
We're playing I don't know if you guys have any more updates on that imbalance. Like if that somehow turns red, then maybe we can get a move to the downside there.
Well,
Starbucks moving down. How about my Intel fade? That play, look at this. This is what I mean. Like this was taken early in that, right? So we were just looking. For some reason, I was going short. Like I keep saying that story about Luca and everything, and it's like all I was talking about was long, but yet all these trades that I was on was short and they won early, then they lost late, right? And so right now AMC's still working. Ooh, AMC.
You know how you know it's a strong market?
Yeah.
Man, even Oatly is back up to the morning
Short.
highs. Like that stock was, well, like, not at 346.
No.
Not at 346. Tomorrow, if it's between 4 and 420, yeah, that's the level that we definitely like this morning. But it's different. Like a level, just because you like the level in the morning, it was good. At 345 after the Fed, it doesn't have to be valid anymore. Like, sure, if it rejects it, like maybe you start thinking about it. But yeah, we'll revisit that tomorrow. But I wanted to point that out as an example of the kind of reversal we had here. Even like Lucid, which, oh come on, load up. Even Lucid, which was weak all day long. Like, oh my God, I had a 1970 stop breakout from this morning. That I'm like, yeah, that's not happening at any point today. And oh yeah. Okay, Lucid, hold my beer. Look, I don't mind. I wanted that stop break in the morning when it was going to do this, but if you just blindly take it after the Fed, it's a different story. And now you're above this channel. It's exactly the kind of thing where, Lucid gets above this 20, you have that 1970 previous area there, and you can work this kind of a range because the gap is to $22 if you want to fill it in on the 15-minute chart. So you file these prices away. If we get a continuation, know what you like, know what you want to get into. We're going to get to trade this every single day. So if you missed out on the long today, establish your levels. Find something that you like, find a price level that you're interested in, and know what you want to be looking at tomorrow morning. We'll have our watch list as well, but you can do your own work here in the close.
I'm trying to sit on my hands a little bit here, but I am watching AMC. Oh yeah, that's not what I'm watching. I'm watching Apple right now. This is the only position I have on. The AMC trade I have it on. I'm long AMC. Just letting that one settle down there. You could see net, like I'm only down that 49 cents on Microsoft, but that's because we had some decent moves. But here comes Apple. I told you I'm in the 40s. I'm actually at 39 right now to see, I don't know why, to see if we can get a bid down there at 39, cash out a little bit of this before that move. We're now in the money 20 cents we were, and now it just went right back up. Like I was waiting at 39, it went to 41. Like this is kind of what's happening right now. Let's see, we are now only less than 2 minutes away. I just hope this doesn't rip into that number because I want to be on the trade as that number comes out in case it's a sell side.
If it comes to sell,
I feel like it's going to come a sell, but I don't know. Obviously, that's just a feeling right now, and the reason why I get that is just this is an upsized market, huge right now.
There was 950 on Tesla.
It's just a big move. See, damn it!
Like
we were just out of Apple. We could have taken Apple out there for 30 cents, and then now it's ripping back up. Come on, just hold out here. We need another minute and a half to hold out before these imbalances come out. And I know a lot of you have seen this show before, but here's the imbalances right here. We're going to wait for them to come out, and hopefully there's nothing right now. They're going to fill up at 350, which is in now a minute and 8 seconds. And then hopefully we see AAPL here and then an S to the sell side, and then this market will go to the downside now if that does come out. But for right now, it's just such a slippery slope. Like I don't want it to go now. I want, darn it. We could have just had this thing out and we didn't take it. So there comes now Apple.
At 950.
Yeah, it's getting back up to the upside. We don't have too much time left now. The market's taking out highs one more time. So it looks like this is going to be a buy imbalance. But again, let's not count those chickens until they hatch, which is going to be about 30 seconds. Please, Apple, stay below 166 for us. It doesn't want to do that now. Apple to the upside right now as the market takes out highs. I'm guessing this imbalance is going to be north side, which makes sense.
I took a pot shot 49 in front of 50 on Tesla, but I'll hold the Moderna. But it looks like we're going to get these imbalances coming out. The market just took 950s on Tesla and it's trying to take out the highs. There's so many key levels right when this drops. That's why we're saying if it comes to the sell side, it would be quite the shock to the market, but it doesn't feel like it's going to. We'll see in 5 seconds.
Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. Let's just see here. Wow, going up is Apple. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's going to be.
Apple 1.2 buy.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be a good sign for me here as Apple's sitting upside right now. I have them up right here. You could see Apple is a big buy. That's bad news for me there as we're just ready to get out of this one. That sucks, darn it. We had some good opportunities there. We just didn't take them, darn it. Microsoft with a buy side as well. Intel, it doesn't seem like it's too crazy of a bid, but definitely the market is now taking out new highs. Up 3.5%, and I've just bled money here. So stupid. Normally we love the longs, but there goes Apple taking out new highs, 166. Man, those 150 reloads were so good on long-term accounts. Glad we were able to do it once. We didn't do it this last time, but there goes Apple right now. We're out of that one. That sucks, man. But AMC working. Apple just gave that back. That sucks, but there it is. There's the imbalances.
Yeah, it looks like it's very mixed. Like for every big name I see that's a bid, there's one that's going to be a sell side as well. So yeah, a bit of a nothing burger, the imbalance. But the real story is the rally that we just saw in the market, right? Like we are back to the 4,300 level, and sometimes you got to zoom out and look at the perspective of it. Where's my 60-minute on the NASDAQ? Like it's not just individual stocks that have gotten back to these key levels. Like this is where we were sitting when things fell off going back into last week, like this 13.5 now getting taken back out. Like if we get above levels like this, and I'm sure Arun will talk about this much more eloquently than me tomorrow morning, but you break back above these levels and then you've got so much more room to the upside, but you still have levels to break. That's the fun part about what we get to do here. Is you've got actionable levels. Even when you make a move like this, we're going to come down tomorrow and have a lot of fun. Man, even Coinbase is going, because by the way, Coinbase managed to go without Bitcoin reclaiming 40,000. Again, that is the kind of market we're in. I thought there's no chance it would take out the high if we didn't get through 40,000 because that stock's been so weak, but beaten up names are catching a heck of a bid today.
It just sucks because it is such a major move up here. We'll try Intel. Intel was a sell on that imbalance. I mean, again, it doesn't seem like it was. I don't know. Maybe it's not even here anymore. There it is right there. So Intel as a sell side. Not that I think that that's going to mean anything at the end of the day. I don't. But, you know, just looking at it out on the top there, Intel up 3%. I mean, might as well short something that's at least worked for the short. We'll try to get patient here. And then honestly, if this can just get to like back down here to VWAP, or sorry, back down, the VWAP is down here. The 50 period of 35, that's not bad. We could take 20 pennies on that move if it does come in. This is the risk to reward. We're out at the day's high if we take out 60-ish. So that's going to be something to look at there. I still have the imbalances open just to show you here if there's anything you guys wanted. But it looks like the big ones. Intel is the sell side there. Again, that's part of the reason why I'm in it. I mean, it brought my attention to it, but we are just at this level. It's one of the names that hasn't broken the high yet, really. So that's what we're looking at here with INTC, guys.
Yeah, and there's a few others out. Cisco as well. I think Cisco's got 1.1 million to sell. There are a few names out there. It's just not overwhelming. No. That's all. Like you would have expected maybe today you'd see a little bit crazier, but you are seeing a crazy market, and it's not always about the imbalance. You know, obviously it can be a factor like we saw last Friday. It just doesn't have to be the market mover. Today it was a few words out of you know whose mouth, and to that point, like look at Tesla, 955. 955. Someone in the back. I didn't see who it was. I'm not gonna turn my head. They're like, what? Yeah, look at Tesla.
That was Randy, I think.
Was it? Oh, was it Randy?
Yeah.
That was someone behind me. Anyways, but like you can go down the line. It doesn't matter what I pull up here. I can pick a random stock like Alibaba. Was Alibaba under pressure all week? Sure, Alibaba 101. It doesn't make a difference. It's gonna be green on the session. You can find me a stock that we trade that didn't get back to positive territory. Throw it in the chat because I'm actually not sure. I've been trying to find something. I could go to my quote board, but that's cheating.
I mean, now Intel just wants to take out the high. So, yeah, okay. There goes Intel back up to the high. Again, you know, it's been a really fun day. I mean, I'm just excited to come in tomorrow and see where some of these stocks open up and just to see what these levels that we're looking at tomorrow. Because honestly, like some of these moves today have just been absolutely nuts to the upside. We've had some good wins, man. You want to think about something that's like never up? I mean, look at ARK's move here up right now. This is a 20-minute chart. I mean, it's just booming. I mean, a lot of names are going to look like this, but, you know, ARK, 48 up to 52. Nice move up for Kathy here. Up 5%. I mean, she'll take that for sure. A nice little move up there on ARK. Oh, I guess we got out of our Intel there. What? Oh, yeah, I guess it took out 60 and we got out. Okay. Yeah, it just took out 60 and we got out on Intel and then it comes back in. So story of my life there on INTC as that just came back in right there.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so, I mean, you guys were pointing out symbols.
Oh, come on.
Beyond Meat up 7% up at 42. 355 just hit. So there is that floor update on the imbalances. Apple has to be gone because I don't see it anymore. Uber is way down there. Hey, like nothing stayed and is over 500,000.
Fuck earnings.
So basically everything just paired off that I could find there. Like really nothing. The balance is pretty much useless at this point. It's about the overall market move. 4,300 on the ES just looked like a tiny bit of resistance. But what are we even talking about resistance on an afternoon like this, Brendan?
All right, guys, and guess what? There's still a whole bunch of earnings reports coming after market tonight and before the open tomorrow. So more excitement. Here we go. That's what's on deck.
A few earnings. Shopify, well, I guess we talked about these, but like a lot of the big names, you know what? Don't don't dwell too much on the earnings, because if you saw established levels get made today on things like Tesla, on AMD, on Rivian, I'm just going to go with that. But obviously, we'll pay attention to things like Shopify, Royal Caribbean. But I was watching some of the cruise lines, and they're moving around quite a bit too. So Royal Caribbean could be certainly interesting. Wayfair got pointed out already. Skills has a 20% short interest, so I know that's one that we'll be certainly watching for a lot of volatility. But have a plan of action, play off the key levels. It's easy to get overwhelmed by a board that looks like that. You don't have to trade every single name out there, but it's a good starting point at least.
Yeah, so this is good, man. I mean, so far so good here on all of this trading today. Intel just like took out the top and then came right back down there. Shopify is going to be interesting. Remember, Shopify has the split as well. Oh, you know what?
Forget about the date, right? Sorry, never mind. No,
I don't remember. It's June 3rd is Amazon, and July. Well, no, not July 12th, 15th or something. Yeah, for Google. I just want to look, guys. Look at this, man. AMD, 99.65, man. It's at $100 right now. So congratulations, anybody that went long AMD. We tried a little bit of a short, and then it went the other way. So nice little move to the downside right there for AMD. This has been a good one, man.
This one.
Oh, Bitcoin, what's that doing?
No, we have a congratulations key. You said congratulations for AMD,
yes,
and Bitcoin hit 40,000, so why not use that key?
ETH almost back to 3,000 as well. Yeah, this has been good, man. Tomorrow, like, I'm just excited to come in tomorrow and see what we can do to this market. It's been a great day. It's been a great week. It's going to continue to be that way. So let's just keep the party rolling. I canceled my AMC. So we're going to get out of AMC right now. That did go as high as 15.90. Again, a good trade for me on AMC today. We're long at 14.70. So we'll take that dollar now on AMC. Good trade there. And we'll see where it goes from here. 15.78. Let's not forget about it. I'm just going to take this out. AMC, a good one. JP Morgan, a good one. Apple, good ones. Like, we have a whole bunch. The only thing that we've really lost on here in the afternoon was really just shorting Microsoft, which was crazy, because then finally we went long there. But yeah, this was just upside moves, short. A lot of outs. So we did cut the bleeding a little bit. But yeah, that was one that we missed out on, Microsoft. But everything else pretty good. Let's take out AMC for $1.
Yeah, and with only 2 minutes to go here, Shopify was one mentioned. It is worth noting that got all the way back up to 490. This 490 to 500 has been a bit of a thing for Shopify for the last 2 weeks. If even, like, the thing about Shopify is it wouldn't take crazy numbers for it to go to the upside, just given what we've seen and how far it is down, because the daily chart's disgusting. You've probably all seen it. But if we don't clear it, it's like Expedia. Like, when Expedia, when it didn't get through 75, it was dead.
Yeah.
If Shopify, if we're not above 490 tomorrow on Shopify after earnings, the stock is probably screwed. But after what we've seen today, like, my guess would be that we are above. But if we're below it, then I'm short below it. I just anticipate we're probably going to gap up, because it wouldn't take much.
No.
They don't have to beat by much. Well, they don't have to lose. You have to lose not too much. That's all you got to do.
Shopify is probably dead, man, honestly.
Only below 490. Well, 500 too, like that range. If it's above that price, it's probably a tricky short.
Yeah, they've been getting killed, Shopify, so that's going to be one right there. With only now 45 seconds to go, here as we get ready to roll, it's going to be Randy. I see Baxter in the back there. He's talking up his game, so he must have done quite well there in the back. For some reason, he went along Pinterest. I think he sent me a thing there. So, yeah, good job there, Baxter.
I got to look at that one, too. That's probably even up.
Yeah, pretty soon Baxter will be sitting here. So, all right, 3:59:40 right now, 20 seconds to go. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Captain Jorts standing right there right now. So, Randy, we got to have Randy back on for automotive, man. Let's talk about some of those names as Rivian's moving around.
Put the Jorts on the camera.
Let's go. Here we go with only 10 seconds left. It's Randy.
There it is. 9, 8, 7. You can't even see the jorts because the countdown's in the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We didn't think that through. There you go. Stare and salivate. That's what everyone wants to see.
Yes.
They wanted to see the jorts and the sandals as I just knocked over the bear. I think we know how we finished up here today, but what an unbelievably wild ride that was. If you like price action, then you've come to the right place, because that's what we saw a lot of today. I mean, I saw a bit of a pullback. Coin just pulled back $3, but like a host of earnings to get through, obviously, before we get to tomorrow. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's just go and find out how we wound up. I mean, I feel like the NASDAQ was up, Brendo.
Hi. Okay. 3%, guys. It was holding right below 3% for quite some time. 2.99. We finally broke there for the S&P, obviously. 3.01 3.4. I mean, look at this board. Huge moves, guys. Huge moves. What a rally.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
Even Brazil is up.
Yeah, Bitcoin at 5.5, Ethereum 6, TSX. I mean, everything bouncing. I think we should probably get some push forward tomorrow on all of these names. I mean, why not? We're going to have some good earnings, but the earnings, you saw the earnings board, they're not huge, so it's not like there's going to be too many influential companies on these indexes. So we'll just wait to see, man. All the news tonight is going to be how wicked the market ripped up. So generally speaking, when you get that kind of talk, you know, the market could fade out a little bit tomorrow as people a little bit too excited about what happened here today. But wow, what a relief rally. That was a great rally. Today is the day to check out your IRAs and some of your investment accounts, as I'm hoping we all did pretty good on that.
Only look when they're green.
That's what I mean. So today should be a good day to have a look at that. So far, so good. And 402 right now. I don't think Shopify's out yet.
Now, I mean, if something hit I'm sure something's already hit, but none of the names I want to watch have made any kind of moves just yet.
Okay, so that's good. I want to give a big thanks. Miss V's over there. She's wearing green at the big desk there. So sometimes they do that little fun thing with her on her shirt. I didn't see that today. We don't have enough time for that. That's like a Lucas thing, I think. Thank you to Trader Pratt. He's gone. He's out at his desk right now. I hope it was a good day for everybody, man. I mean, honestly, before that Fed came out, we were rocking there. A couple shorts, a couple good trades in there for the long side. Ms. V traded Tesla today. I know that was a successful trade for her, so that was really good. You didn't trade it during Fed, though, this afternoon, did you? No. Okay, so, all right, we'll review her trading tomorrow as well. But for everybody here, the trade of the day is AMD. That's going to come right after. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be putting on a hell of a lot more trades. Not more, but many different trades, hopefully, as Neil's looking at skills right now. Shopify's coming out.
To hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of big names coming through. So join us tomorrow, 8:30. We're Trader TV Live. Let's catch you then.
Did any